All right, we're back once again. This one has been asking for her name to be mentioned. It seems like she has really been craving being put in with the misinformation cronies. And we're going to take a step back because, in my opinion, what her and her chat are doing with the rumors and the speculation is extremely dangerous. So, we're going to take a quick walk back to how I first learned who this person was. Then, we're going to look at today's video with the disgusting BS that was pulled. And then we are going to take a look at a video from a few days ago. And this will be a lot to handle because it's purely disgusting. Hey, y'all. Once again, we are back. And of course, per usual, we are back because things are just getting worse and worse by the day. So we're not going to really mess around too much here because I want to get through as much of this as possible. But buckle up because this one is going to be rough. Hey, Aries. Hey, One Way Street, Timu, Swimming Pool, The Deflectionist, That Michelle, Music City Mom, Nicole, Simply Rockstar, Mal, Sharon, Shauna, and my voice is definitely like hoarse as hell. I've talked way too much lately. Maria, Christina, Marcy, Perry, Shelby Lynn, Lady V, Tracy. You had it in your head all day long. Jen Trex, Cool Gamer, Nurse Kins, Annabella, Steph. Oh, I'm sorry that you're at the. I hope he feels better. One of these days, I'll have to share with you guys some stuff that we just found out that's causing Sis's migraines. Hey, Mimi of 8. Nicole licked on licked. That's where it is from. Hey, Sparrow. Tracy, Nana L, good to see you. Kathy R, Catherine, Fit and Curvy, Napa Valley Girl, True Crime Knitter. Thank you for being a member for 3 months, Annabella. Sassy Sleuth, Crime Chic, Chic. I miss you and love you too, Christina. Oh, I hope you get some good rest. I've been moody all week. Kyle's gone, so you know how that goes for me. But that means littles are busy with big sis. I got the time. I got the time today to get it out on the internet. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Beachy Keen. Hey, Mai. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. Yeah, Seth and Tony were on Court TV. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Back to school. I know it is. It's a rough one. We had appointments today and I hit the ground running and didn't slow down. So who knows? I might fall asleep doing this because this one's pretty boring too. Oh, Nana L, you're always busy working. Okay, y'all. I don't even know how to introduce this one. So this one is brand new to me. The reason I am featuring this one on my channel is not for getting her attention, which will eventually, that's exactly what she wants. So she has been seeking getting somebody to call her out, and you'll see that. You'll understand what I'm saying in a moment. She is a smaller channel, which is totally fine. It doesn't matter how big your channel is. I don't Misinformation is misinformation is misinformation. It's the flow of misinformation, how it carries, where it starts, how it goes. That is problematic. It doesn't matter if you have two people listening to you that believe you with your bullshit versus 500,000. It's all harmful. It's all the same thing. Now, I guess people around me know this character. I do not. She is also associated with Smiley Stories World and some of the other channels that I have reviewed. So you're not going to be shocked by what we go through. So I'm going to take you back a little bit in time, and I'm going to show you a video that this was my first introduction to her. Was this video here on your screen? Again, she goes by Loli Beautifully Broken. I'm going to try to be as nice as possible. Hey, Miss Leah. But that's probably, yeah, fit and curvy, exactly. Associated with Smiley, say less. Exactly. This whole group, this is just that little segment. This is how the misinformation flows. This is exactly what we're doing. You're going to hear a lot of it. Oh, True Crime Knitter. That is amazing. And she also shouts out Terry Lynn and a bunch of other people. Hey, JoJo's Nanny. Hey, Sheila. Sweet and Sleuthy. You can always tell that I'm going to pull you guys into some weird holes. So again, this is a new creator to my channel that I'm going to be reviewing. She's been around. She was part of the Summer Well stuff, if I'm correct. I don't care about her history. What I care about is the factual misinformation, or the fact that she is spreading constant misinformation as of just a couple of hours ago. That's why I'm here. Because I'm going to shut this shit right the fuck down, because we're not going to be doing this. We're not doing it today. Not today, not tomorrow. Hey, Baton Rouge, TK, Daddy's Baby Girl. Hey, everybody coming in. And thank you to all the creators who have highlighted Silvers on the Scene, Sniffers on the Scene today, bringing awareness to these people that are doing this, and where the flow of misinformation is coming from is so important. Hey, So, again, her name is Loli, Beautifully Broken. But I'm taking you back in time. So she did a video after we had a conversation with Gabby. Gabby is the friend of Katie's that came on to talk. Lolly here, I skipped through that. She had a major issue with the fact that Gabby was speaking about Sebastian when Gabby knew Sebastian. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. That's not current. Okay. People can feel however they want, but foundational pieces, when you know that a child at the age of 7 was doing, was capable, enjoyed, a lot of times those just build and strengthen over time. Yes, regression is possible, but it's also a foundational thing. It was no big deal. She was just talking about her friend. She was actually supportive to both of them, but this one had a problem with it. But that's not the problem I have with her. You have the problems you want. Say what you want, but you ain't gonna get away with saying this shit like you did. So again, this is an introduction to her in this stream here from a month ago. And then I'm gonna walk you to today's stream. And then I got a special treat at the end for Miss Lollygag.
They believe in Chris. They believe in Chris and Katie.
God forbid we believe in the parents of a missing child, that there's no evidence to prove that they're guilty. And Seth, even for that matter. I believe in Seth too. Hey, Flies. Hey, Dave G. God forbid we give the parents of missing children some grace. And watch the arrogance in this bitch. And I have to speed her up because she's kind of like Spanky. She's kind of like wallpaper. I usually need a 3 times to 5 times speed for these people, but we got to work with what YouTube gives us, right? And by the way, this is all falls under fair use. This is for educational purposes and what not to be as a creator on YouTube when covering missing children.
And that's okay. But some people don't need facts. Because if you want to go on facts, the number one and only fact we have is Katie Proudfoot was the one person that was with her son, Sebastian, when he disappeared.
That is correct. Katie was the last person to see Sebastian that we know of at this point in time. Nobody's ever refuted that, disputed that, nothing. That is a fact. So I was like, okay, we're starting off good. Oh yeah, no. And again, just for those of you coming in, this is actually from a month ago. This is just a walk back in time so you can get a baseline of who she is. This is from June 20th, 2024. It is titled Finding Answers, Sebastian Rogers.
Now, could there have been an accident somewhere?
And for those of you that know her, stand by because the end is going to get a little bit more personal for me because she had a lot to say about somebody I consider a friend. So I'm going to give you a baseline. I'm going to show you her words, and then I'm going to read a bitch like I like to do.
Sure. Could there have been a handoff somewhere? Sure. Could he have walked away? I say no, only because there was no scent of him. And when Chris Proudfoot did say there was a scent leading to the pond, no.
Go back and listen to the dispatch audio, ma'am. Go back and factually listen to the dispatch audio and hear it for yourself. You don't have to take Chris Proudfoot's word for anything. Go listen to the dispatch audio. Grabs popcorn. You probably need the extra jumbo size for this one because it's going to get interesting. Hey, Cat's Eye, this Tater, Circus Nuts. Look at all the people coming in that I don't know. Dynamite, hello. Y'all know it's not drunk. There are a lot of new names in the house tonight. Sit down, grab your popcorn, and buckle up because we wear helmets over here for off-roading like this. This is where we call the dirt road. We went off-road a little bit to one that wants attention. She wants attention. She wanted this. She asked for it. I'll show you that too. It gets a little bumpy at times over here with people like this.
That's not what law enforcement says because it didn't happen. You only have a scent if it happens. And law enforcement said there was no scent to the pond. So that scent.
Well, that's funny that you were in the comments over there, Enid. You just found it today, though?
Goes back into the house. You call that a diversion.
Oh.
And when people want to avoid the truth, they divert things away. When people want to protect someone, they will divert people away. It always, in Sebastian's case, will go back to his mother. The mother that right now is having the time of her life with her stepdaughter.
This is when they first found out that Chris was given visitation with his child. None of the internet's business, but they really were bothered by that fact, and it really chapped them. So I'm going to let you listen to what is about to be said. Hey, everybody coming in. Music City Mom, thank you for the gifted memberships. Again, Cat's Eye, thank you for becoming a member, and Annabella for being here with us for 3 months.
While her stepdaughter's mother is probably more than likely terrified because her daughter's in a home where a child disappeared.
Oh.
And you cannot blame her for that. I just pray, and I want all of you to pray with me, that that baby girl goes back to her mother and away from the house where children disappear.
Oh. Well, thankfully, your prayers worked, ma'am. Your thoughts and prayers worked because the child, seemingly according to the internet, once again, not the internet's business, announced that she was returned. Oh, you guys are in for a treat if you haven't seen this one.
Because if not, she might do something and they might not like it. They might get tired of her. And we wouldn't want her to disappear. Right, Katie and Chris?
Karen, again, everybody has different thoughts and opinions on this end. What I reference is listen to the dispatch audio. It was definitely, nothing came of it. And there's been a lot of back and forth about what the scent actually was. but there was something that the dog traced. It was in the dispatch audio. You don't have to take anybody's word for it. You can go listen to that too. Again, that is on Jessica Danielle's page if you would like to hear that too. It's really interesting. I'm not telling you what to believe or think on that. I have questions about the scent stuff too myself. But to say that when the other, like, just stick to the facts, lady. And I mean this one here.
But if you stop and think about it,
Hey, Crystal, Duchess,
in my opinion,
Michelle.
Chris wants his daughter there all the time. He didn't want her to be born. But since she is,
Oh, he didn't want his child to be born. That's why. Oh, and how would you know that? How would you know that he didn't want his daughter to be born?
he wants to go ahead and have her.
She's a special type of evil. She's a special type of evil that I can feel the demons coming out of her. Hallelujah. Save baby Jesus. She's taking us to church.
Because, Chris likes to control
Look at her.
and get what he wants. Because Christopher is a mama's boy who's been spoiled his whole life.
Ooh.
So it would be to his advantage to have his daughter with him all the time.
Two old crows, absolutely spot on. She even takes notes and writes down her scripts and reads them off like Smiley.
But would it be to her advantage?
Just
I
wait.
think not. No, thank you, Yelva. 90% of the time, the parent is involved. Yes, ma'am, 100%. 90% of the time.
Oh, really?
And it's
Where'd you get that stat? I'm going to need the source of that stat. For 90% of the time when children go missing, the parents are involved. I'm going to need to know where you found that statistic, ma'am. Which Google site or which friend in the chat that's giving you false information? Oh, a $2 super chat. Imagine that. And you just run with it as fact.
not something the child asked for. But we did hear the mother's version of what happened the first time, where there was no feelings towards her mother,
Well,
the real mother of this child.
Oh.
There was no concern there that her daughter was in a hospital and she had to go be with her daughter, her older daughter. She had living hell from the moment she got back home.
So you're one of those type of bitches that believes one woman's story, but not another one's, right? And God forbid a man ever be in an abusive relationship. You're one of those ladies. I can see it. It says it in her eyes.
And yet that's the man that Sebastian was living with.
Ooh.
And for me, I would think
Grandma Sherry.
makes sense
Hey, Allie.
that it's my girl. She has to lay down by me. But it would make sense. Chris didn't want Sebastian around his daughter.
Cat's eye. I got
And guess
you.
what? She's not
Yeah.
around Sebastian. He's not here to be around. You see a puppy. Yes, you do see a puppy. And I will say this. You see, there was a party for her before she came here for her birthday. And she got a puppy because that's what she wanted. But her daddy had to compete.
Oh. This is especially sick.
But yet, Sebastian's stepfather never competed for him. And Sebastian's mother
Holy water. We need.
never competed for him.
I'm in the perfect mood too. Sorry, this is going to be petty and nasty. There's no way around it. I'm sorry. She is talking about the parents of a missing child like this. There is no evidence to say that either one of them harmed their child or are involved in the disappearance of their child. That's factually speaking. So if you want me to handle her with kid gloves, look at her face and tell me she deserves to be handled with kid gloves. I'll wait. She deserves to be told what a piece of shit she is for this filthy display of inhumane, despicable, disgusting opinions. It's her right.
in my opinion, because if she had, Sebastian probably wouldn't have disappeared.
Oh,
But to find the answers to his whereabouts, to find the answer
her name's Ballgag. I mean, Lolly, beautifully broken. Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, 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 lollipop.
about what happened.
Dum, dum.
We're all here. We're all trying. People are still going and looking. Look at Miss Terry Lynn. Every day she's on a live looking, searching.
Searching the same parking lot from 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Searching the same old parking lot and grifting while she's griming. I don't even know.
Walking around some shady places in the dark, but she's doing what she can.
We're going to get to Terry Lynn again in this.
But yet, Sebastian's mother, she's not doing anything.
Oh,
she's having the time of her life right now.
Is that so? You know that,
She
huh?
didn't look before
Mm.
her stepdaughter came, but she's sure not going to go looking now when all the fun's happening.
Oh, and you know that, right? Because you're there. You know these people. You got all the answers, right? You know it all. Okay. Makes
The story
sense.
goes that Sebastian had the time of his life
Hey, what'd
the
you
day before he came up missing. Pray for that little girl. That's all I can say. Because it's the same parent and step parent in the home where Sebastian disappeared from.
Oh,
It's the same people around
you can't have
her
the food stuff.
that are the same people that were around Sebastian. And
This is Loli, Beautifully Broken is the channel name. She's got just under 2,000 subs. And again, I explained in the beginning of this too, for anybody that's just coming in, so I don't give a fuck how many subs you have. I could care less if you have 2 and you do this vile, despicable shit. I don't give a shit if you have 5 million. You're all deserving to be put on main stage and for the public to enjoy your lovely displays. Some of these people want the attention, and they will get some attention, but it will forever be remembered that this is who she is and what she does to the parents of a missing child. That's the purpose. Name and shame them. That's all we can do right now.
that little girl,
Rock a bit.
she has
Wells,
no choice but to be there because the judge said she had to.
She is reading notes. Yep.
I understand that Chris and Katie are not charged with anything.
Oh, you do though.
I get it.
Mm.
There's nothing. No evidence. No nothing.
You guys can hear Dexter right here. Bella's food's at the end of the bed, and he can't get, I won't let him eat it. Do you hear this pathetic situation? Dexter whining is more enjoyable to hear than this. Oh,
But they get this little girl. What if someone came in that house with a gun and took Sebastian? What if that's what happened? Katie and Chris feel comfortable enough to bring his daughter into that home where possibly someone with a gun walked in and took Sebastian.
ma'am, there's no evidence of that happening at this point in time. Could it be on the table? Sure. We have no evidence what actually happened. But this whole little thing that you tried to do to make it seem like it was really scary that they shouldn't be able to have their daughter, the same thing Betty is attempting now, which we'll get to tomorrow. Yeah, this whole little dance that you're doing here, it didn't work out. Move along.
They feel comfortable. They're okay bringing that little girl into that home. but it's just my opinion.
These people in their
They know that home is okay and safe
oh,
because they're excited to have her.
oh.
Everything will be okay.
Crystal, will you drop the link to the video that you did reviewing this so people can see what your opinions? Crystal reviewed this. I didn't know that had happened. Because I'm not going to review this whole thing, and I think it would be really good for people to hear your thoughts and opinions if you would be so kind to drop that. Or Duchess, one of you, or any of you guys that know which live I'm talking about. Thank you.
Now, Seth
Thank you, Terry.
and Katie are Sebastian's parents, and they should be the two people.
Oh, I didn't know that either. We and Ert reviewed her too. If somebody can grab that link too for me, I'll go look for it. But if you know where it's at, tell me. And is it on Ert's channel? Wait, maybe I did. Maybe, gosh, I might have. Is this the one I came in for? Oh, there's been so many at this point in time, I can't even remember anymore. I
They
had
can
some
put
crystals.
everything over to the side. Just throw it over there for a while because
Thank
it's
you.
their child that is missing.
Please go watch the other videos on her. They know way more
And
about it than I do.
when you
Hey, Shop.
have the loss of a child,
Hey, Heather.
it's the hardest thing in the world to deal with, especially for a mother who gave birth to that child.
Mr. Happy, thank you for the support. Hey, Jamal.
And it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. You're going to be destroyed.
Oh, really? Look, I want you to take that in right there. Take that in. Hey, Chico. Hey, Otter Daisy. Look at this. Look at this. Take this all in. This face right here for a moment. Now, I have a button that kind of just flashed in my head that kind of reminds me of her right quick. Hold on. I mean, it's in the eyes. It's just those eyes.
If you didn't want your child to go away, I heard a
Hey, Whispers.
looking through my phone in my gallery of my pictures. I was scrolling through and I heard a song and I stopped and I looked at my phone just yesterday. And it was a video of my son playing Freebird. And I did nothing but cry.
I am extremely sorry about the loss of your child. I don't wish that on anybody. Not a single person. I'm sorry that you had to suffer that tragic loss. I can't imagine how terrible that was for you to suffer that loss.
Hours because it brought back the memory and the thought that I will never hear my child play Freebird again on the guitar.
But on that note, we're going to switch gears to this other video. I encourage you to go watch the others that have dropped theirs with their full reviews of that one in the video. Just because you can be in those shoes and you share something, a child, two different stories, which again doesn't make it any different. A loss is a loss, and I don't wish that upon anybody, including you. I can find your behavior vile and disgusting, and even more so that the fact that we just listened to you say all of that about Chris and Katie without any factual proof whatsoever, and then go into weaponizing your own grief against them. Both things can be true at once. I can have empathy for the loss of your child and wish that on nobody, but I can also acknowledge what a sick and evil person it is to be able to weaponize that and say what you have to these parents where there is no evidence, which you admit. So, what is it about them? Because factually speaking, there's no evidence with law enforcement that they're guilty of anything. Sebastian is still missing. Tell me this helps bring finding answers for Sebastian. Seems to me like you have personal vested hatred in them. If that's not what that was, I'm not really sure what that is. the evil, the nasty, the vile is exuding out of every pore. So that might have been a month. I was like, maybe she's changed her tune, you know? And then today this pops up on my timeline, because I'd been looking at reviewing her. Sure as shit. Things have not changed. They've only gotten worse. In the upcoming stream that we are about to review pieces of, you will hear nothing but speculation, theory, and wild stories. There is no fact basis behind anything that you are about to hear. So please take it as what it is, straight misinformation that is harmful to an active missing child's case. Pass the popcorn.
Mhm.
We're going to speed her up again. I feel like we're gonna
Goodness.
yet.
Well, we're going to talk about Sebastian tonight. And we know a lot of things have been, going on with his case. And we've already talked about the parents and how their story kept evolving over time and changing. And
Duchess, will you do me a favor and grab Ert's review of this and drop it? If you didn't, you might have already. Could you please, since you're like really good at that shit? I told somebody today, I went into Chico's and I'm like, I'm like the Walmart greeter mod. All I can say, hi, heart, hi. I'm worthless when it comes to a mod. I try, y'all, but I really suck at it. Anyways,
you can't help but really think that they're involved.
about a month ago.
And I try hard not to just really go after the parents, but it's so hard when you have parents who aren't depressed, who
Oh,
are not crying, who are not grieving.
oh, again. And how do you know that? How do you know? How do you know that they're not doing any of that? How do you know? Smiles. Every chat has to have them. We can both have our jobs. She goes, I always crack up because I'm like, God, I feel so bad. Like, I'm like, hey, hi, hey. I just am a terrible mod.
Guys, I'm telling you, and it is for real. And Sherry can tell you herself.
And by the way, we can have multiple Walmarts have multiple exits and they all need greeters at every entrance. So if you're a Walmart greeter mod and there's a fellow, you're not, y'all can keep your jobs. Nobody's getting laid off. Okay.
Because she knows
It's a
after we
volunteer
lost Austin,
position. It's
my
fitting.
son, I hibernated for about 2 years. I
Shop, right?
swear I hardly ever got out of bed for almost 2 years. It hit hard.
So again, we are comparing her life to parents of a missing child. Totally different situation. But again, comparing, which seems very odd to me.
And for it to hit that hard,
I'm sure people can acknowledge what loss has done to them. That I have no problem with people talking about grief and how it's affected them. It affects everybody differently. But to assume that they're not feeling any of these things when you don't even know these people and make such broad comments about it online is really weird. It's very weird. It's really uncomfortable how personal this is for you with complete random strangers who are just factually known by you because they have a missing child who is still missing.
you go deep, dark depression. I couldn't stop crying. I didn't even want to go to our local grocery store because I didn't want to see somebody and hear them say, "Oh,
We have so many parents in the chat currently, so many. I've seen name after name after name that I know personally have suffered child loss and spoke about it at different pieces. It affects every single person differently. And right now, factually speaking, we don't know. Yes, he's lost, he's missing, but we don't know the outcome. And what if they continue to remain hopeful? Would that be a shameful thing either?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear about Austin."
Hey,
I think I
Popcorns
would
and
have
Gems.
just melted into the floor.
Thank you, Duchess.
And I'm not saying all parents are alike, but I'm saying a parent who's lost a child, they don't go motorcycle shopping the next week.
Okay, parents of missing children, she's writing a playbook for you. I think somebody should be taking notes and writing all this down because according to her, this is what they don't do. And what if they do? What if this is a coping mechanism? What if this is just attempts to distract themselves from sitting at home? What if?
They don't skip vigils to go motorcycle shopping.
What if they don't feel like going to those public things because it's not really truly representative of who they know of their son? Again, their choice. Just because they choose not to do these things, what does that mean?
Yeah, Sherry, it was terrible. It hit very, very hard for all of us. But hi, Karen. Well, thanks for being here. God brought you, so let's see what we can do.
That is such an important piece that you bring up too. This community, that the overlapping that talk about these things that all come from different little sectors, that is a big thing in a common denominator in those overlapping sector segments, everybody's channels. All of us have a huge audience of people who are actively going through grief and struggle, and that is what connects so many people to these conversations, because they can identify with a lot of what is being talked about, or there's different things. So it is so important in this community where people really have an opportunity to share their stories, to talk about it, because grief is different for everybody. Going through struggles is different for everybody. And when families need support and awareness and people to rally around them, it is so important for that to happen. Instead, you have these cockroaches over here that crawl out and decide that it's okay to kick them when they're going through their worst time because it does something for them. Again, it's so weird because it seems so personally bothersome to her. It feels like she's personally involved in this in some way, shape, or form, the way she's speaking. But it just gives, that's the passion behind this community, is because a lot of them have common ground and would never want this for another human being. And then here comes the cockroaches scurrying around, thinking that this is acceptable to do to parents. Not even okay. And parents, not parents, whatever your trauma and struggle is, it all matters.
What reason he has for you to be here tonight. Y'all, depression is super. I always thought I was depressed at times. I was like, oh, I got so depressed, and I would just mope. But I found out what true depression was. I really, really did. And I honestly did not think I would ever.
What does true depression mean? Like, there's this fake depression? I mean, I'm not really following or tracking what true depression is or should look like, I guess I'm saying.
Recover from it. My kids mean everything to me. They were my world. I'm telling you, Auntie, it is the very worst feeling in the entire world. Yeah, motorcycle shopping. Mm-mm. But even now, after,
And again, I don't wish that on her or anybody else, that they have had to experience that. I can have empathy for that 100%. And that's why I continue to give grace. There's no evidence behind a lot of these parents that you guys accuse of horrendous things.
I've pulled myself back up, I'm still baby steps trying to keep moving forward, and I still have to fight off that depression from time to time. I finally broke down and went to my doctor, and she said, "So how are you doing?" And I just started.
I'm going to fast forward through this because it's really personal, and that's not.
But
you get what she's doing.
It doesn't take you less than
you get what she's doing there.
A week to get over your son not being there. And just to know, hey, we're okay enough to go motorcycle.
Okay, I missed right here. Okay, let's listen to that again. I want you to pay attention to what she's attempting to do. Hey, Molly's Moose Snuckle Magoo. Is that a thing where she's taking her grief out on them? I, I don't know. I mean, grief is varying. Could be. I don't know her at all. This is all new to me. So,
But it doesn't take you less than a week to get over your son not being there. And just to know, hey, we're okay enough to go motorcycle shopping and not go to their son's vigil.
you know what, Penny? You can have that opinion that you think she knows something more. That is okay for you to have that opinion. I hope you understand. I'm not trying to silence your opinions, but your opinions aren't facts. Whether they're based on fact, speculation, anything like that, that's your opinion. What is not okay is to shame and blame a parent that we have no factual evidence of because of opinions. We have a justice system in America called you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. They have not only concocted a crime because of opinions, they have picked a character because of opinions, and they have picked a crime because of opinions. Meanwhile, factually, we have no evidence to back up any of those. Sorry, it's windy out here. I'm going back in a second. But we really factually don't. So your opinions are yours to have, but they're not based on fact. And that's the fact of the situation.
Just spoke volumes. Auntie, I'm on Cymbalta too. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm me. It hadn't.
Thank you, Chasing. I will correct that. She was right on that. Chasing came in with the fact. Thank you, Chasing, for fact checking that for me.
Changed who I am, but I don't feel like the world is sucking me inside of it. So, but it can be lonely, sometimes. And you just have to find something to hold on to push through. There you go. Oh my gosh. Sherry, are you still in here? Oh my goodness.
I'm extremely shocked by that stat too, honestly.
But there's lots of questions. Was Chris home? Was he at work? How do you prove it?
And to everyone in the chat, let me say this really loud and clear because this is going to get worse. Please understand that. Who was it that said to me? Which one of you said to me, dang it, Becky, every time you say it's going to get worse. And I said to him, have I lied to you yet? Have I lied to you yet? And I haven't, because it always does get worse. So please step away if you need to. Your mental health and peace are also valuable. And sometimes, Brandy, sending you lots of love and my continued support. But if this is too much of a topic, because I know a lot of you in the chat have suffered child loss, significant, been in these shoes. There's a lot of you in here tonight that have suffered child loss. I know personally some of these people in here. If this is a topic that you need to step away from, please do. Please take into account your own mental health and your own mental health needs at this time. This story is really heavy. It's really convoluted, and it's really, really hard to hear. And it's really hard to hear in this vile manner to be cut down, because I will feel personal to a lot of you. It's going to, because it seems like a personal attack on parents that have been suffering the worst of the worst. So please, if you need to step away, do so. And I'm incredibly sorry for all of your losses. That includes my mods too.
The Bible calls it a broken spirit, and help from Jesus does heal. Yes. Sherry, Crooked Arrow, our Auntie Sherry, she likes to check the chicken. Don't burn the chicken. Yeah. Oh, anyway, sorry guys. The question just sits there. Everybody debates it, and there's a lot of people who kind of been trying to figure it out. Would it work? Would it not work? Could he do it? Could he not do it?
Sorry, I just got a message. Somebody asked, when was this live stream? This is from today. This is from a couple hours ago. This is why we are here. This is her current time. She has not evolved. There has been no change. I thought maybe something different would change, because I know this is triggering for people, but she's only gotten worse in my opinion. And that is why she is being featured on my channel, because of her own actions, nobody else's, because there will be a spin, unfortunately, and she will blame somebody else for me choosing to review her. I went and did my own research, my own homework, everything like that for myself, and came to this. They have no idea where I'm headed. So don't blame this on anybody else, either of you being featured on my channel. This was all me.
That kind of thing. Well, Blue Eyes Jules, she sent me a TikTok, and I'm going to play it for y'all here in just a second. There's nothing to see. It's just the lady sitting there talking. But there is this lady who has gone over the timeline of everything. And she wanted to know if it's possible that Chris could have gone.
Pearl, thank you for stopping by. And I'm sorry once again for all of you that have suffered significant loss in the chat and who will watch us on replay. I don't wish that upon anybody, to understand this pain.
Back to Hendersonville that night. Hey, a one-way street. Hey, thanks for joining us. Welcome. So, anyways, I'm going to play that for you and listen to it real good. Like I said, nothing to see but the lady. And I am going to get that going. Let it play.
Hold on.
I want you to hear her, and she explains every bit of the timeline down to the minute. And she also gives leeway 5 or 10 here or there, minutes wise. Hey, Mally Cat, thank you for becoming a member. We appreciate that so much. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. And just in time, because we're going to have a members live. Okay, so let me make sure I got it. It's right here.
I was walking through the kitchen because my little one's sitting there. And she said, "Are you reviewing one of your friends? Are you watching one of your friends tonight?" No, kiddo. No, that's not what I'm doing. That is not what this is. That's how much they don't know. It was cute though. She was like, okay, I had to take a break to come up the stairs.
Here. Welcome, Ellie Cat. Okay, here we go, guys. Y'all ready?
All right, so listen. Last night,
Can
I
y'all hear
broke
it?
down in several different videos how I calculated the hours and time frames that Chris and Katie spoke about, okay? I'm trying to place him as the person that was there during the flashlight video, okay?
Can y'all hear that okay?
All right. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to segue over to, yeah, they are. The actual video that this is from. I want to show you where another channel is picked up on this and it's doing the same things. So this is what she's playing. So she is playing the live stream from another channel, smaller channel, but a TikToker who is doing TikTok videos, just like BHB, posting them on TikTok and then uploading them to YouTube. So they're spreading this in multiple places. I'm going to play it directly from this channel. Again, this is Nick's World. So you can understand where this new set of rumors is going to potentially come from. Give me 1 second, because there was something I wanted to see on this page. This is from 7 days ago. It's got 1,500 views. She's got 333 subs on this app alone. But she multi-streams. So the title of it, Sebastian Rogers' Case, The Times the Proudfoots Gave Tells a Story. The upcoming information, again, is not based on what we know currently. She also reads cards and stuff too.
All right, y'all. So listen. Last night, I broke it down in several different videos, how I calculated the hours and time frames that Chris and Katie spoke about. Okay. I'm trying to place him as the person that was there during the flashlight video. Okay. And I think I've been able to place.
Why are you trying to place the stepfather of a missing child at a location? Why is a TikToker or a YouTuber attempting to place the parent of a missing child at a location when we factually don't know where he was from the people who are investigating this, called law enforcement? You guys know what that sound is over here. It's a Diet Coke, not a Coors Light. Don't get excited. This is going to be bumpy.
Him. Now, I know everybody's going to question me about GPS and what vehicle he used. We'll work on that later.
Oh,
Okay. Right now, the time frame that I went through.
so we're going to work on a key piece that would have to be a part of this theory to even remotely come true. Like a foundational piece that in order for your theory and speculation to even have any weight, you would have to know the details of. Hence, like law enforcement, who has this information, who knows where his data led him, who knows where he was checked in at on different apps, such as the Wi-Fi on his truck. Maybe that's why law enforcement hasn't came out here and made these wild, crazy speculations and jumped to conclusions like this, because they don't have evidence that backs up these theories. Could that be? Just a question.
Places, it has the ability to place
Hey,
him
babe.
there and get back to work. Okay. It even has the ability to place him on the phone before he got there in Memphis. So let me break this down for you all in one video, so it's all right here. Okay. 8 p.m., Chris states he was working on a car at the campground. Okay. That is how folks at the campground stated they can place him there, and that
Okay.
his truck was there.
Okay.
We know that Chris says that his phone call with Katie began at either 9:43 p.m. or 9:46 p.m. Right? Weird time frame that he used, but that's what he said.
Okay. And again, I'm going to need you to answer, why are you trying to place the father of a missing child anywhere? We don't have a crime that you need to place somebody somewhere at this point in time. Well, that's according to law enforcement.
Okay, so they got on the phone about that time. They claim it was a 3-hour phone call. When we watched the Nancy Grace, we were able to pinpoint that it wasn't a 3-hour phone call. There's about 45 minutes missing, right?
You heard those words? They were able to pinpoint because of the Nancy Grace interview.
So from my calculations last night,
Oh, she got the calculator out. YouTube Math 101.
I calculated the timestamp of the flashlight video, which was 3:10 a.m. And I subtracted 3 hours and 37 minutes from that.
Oh,
It put me at 2,333 minutes, which that's military time for 11:33 p.m.
oh.
So now we can say that their phone call ended at around or approximately 11:33 p.m.
Again, information law enforcement would have.
because they always say they got off the phone around 12 or about 12, right? Now, Chris also states that it takes 3 hours and 37 minutes doorstep to doorstep. Okay. However, we figured out that Siri told him that. He didn't really know that. He looked it up.
Oh my God. Hey, yeah. Remember, this is the video that Loli is
He
playing.
Googled it because everybody knows that when you go by those maps, it never comes out accurately the same. No trip is ever actually the same.
Oh,
You got to factor in traffic. You got to factor in road construction.
really?
You got to factor in accidents on the roadway. You got to factor in speed
No,
traps,
you don't
traffic
say.
lights. You name it, your trip's going to change every time.
Or
So
maybe they didn't have to do all that because they had enough proof on other means to prove that they didn't need to do all that. because he was factually in other locations and they could account for those. I mean, I don't know. That's just some wild speculation I'm throwing out there.
He went by what Siri told him.
Or common sense that there's so many other things that could be going on here, but they've pinpointed. TikTokers and YouTubers are attempting to place the parent of a missing child at the scene of where the child went missing, when the child's still missing and we have no idea what has happened. This is intense.
Because we have a follower that looked it up via Siri. Siri told her 3 hours, 37 minutes. I rest my case on that part. So if you take 11:33 p.m., the phone call ending, add on 3 hours and 37 minutes.
Oh, do you see the little tag across the bottom here? I mean, I'm proud of her for going all in with her wild, slanderous accusations, in my opinion. She's going all in. Look at that bottom line she wrote on there for her TikTok video. I can place CP on the scene based on times. That's a bold statement to make, in my opinion. Siri is absolutely an accomplice. Yep. Do you think he had the male version of Siri or the female version? We're going to need to know that. Maybe we could ask her. I'm sure she could figure that out and pinpoint that too. Did he use the Australian voice Siri or the American?
That brings us to 3:10 a.m., which is allegedly the video timestamp for.
That scared the ever-loving shit out of me. We got a weather service alert for a dust storm. Holy crap. Babe, you're going to miss it. And I just got done getting the pool thing to work. Dang it. Well, they come tomorrow anyways.
For the flashlight video. That's when the flashlights occurred through the field, and it only lasted maybe up to 5 minutes. Okay? Maybe.
Or we dropped the review that you and we did on Loli, because that's how we ended up on this one. But we dropped that link to that video. I didn't know. I think that might be a video I did watch some. I can't remember anymore. But we're sending people over there because I'm sure you guys did a fuller review. And then Crystal did one too. But thank you for doing that video. We're going to send some. Hopefully people will go watch it, because that first video she did a while back was intense. I had forgot so much about what that one had said. But anyways, thank you for that video.
That's pushing it now. So
And
then
yeah.
we factor in the time that it would take Chris. Now, we know he wouldn't be able to go straight back to the campground from there. He would have to be at work. Remember, they start work at 7. They can't begin work until 7. They might be able to arrive on the.
If you guys know anybody else that has reviewed her too, please let me know so we can share that information, because this one obviously needs, you'll see in a minute when we get back to it. But this one here too on your screen, even though she's a little tiny channel over here, she's using multiple platforms to push this misinformation so boldly.
Job site earlier than that. Okay. I'm very certain of that. They probably could. But we know that most likely he can't start until 7. There's a noise ordinance. Now, someone else said, well, there was traffic cam footage that the cranes were moving at 6:30 something. Okay. Even still, this would still put him there in time to do that if it was around 6:30. Okay. Now, if you take 3:10 a.m. and you add 3 hours and 19 minutes, okay, that's the time it takes to get from Hendersonville to Memphis, where the job site is. 3 hours and 19 minutes. It brings us to 6:29 a.m. Okay, that means he would have gotten into Memphis around 6:29 a.m. The phone call to the sheriff's department was placed at 6:33 a.m. I had it a little jumbled up in my last video.
Again, I go back to, she did all this work, right? She did all these calculations. She's really deeply involved in this, you can tell. But why? Why are TikTokers and YouTubers attempting to place the parent of a missing child who should be rallied around and supported and awareness brought to missing child, and we let law enforcement do their jobs? Why are we trying to place the parent at a scene Why are we trying to concoct a crime that we don't even know if it's possible at this point? Why is any of this being done? That's my main question of all of this.
I was estimating around 6:20, but I am able to correct myself. The phone call was placed at 6:30.
LA326, thank you for being a member for 3 months. This is just crazy to me.
3 a.m. Okay. Isn't it a little funny how if Chris did this and he arrived into Memphis around 6:29 a.m.
No, factually, none of this is funny. Not a single thing about this is funny. This isn't cute in any way, shape, or form. This is absolutely disgusting and dangerous is what this is.
Hold
on, kiddo.
That phone call was placed just minutes later to the sheriff's department. His phone would ping in Memphis if police checked it. Okay? Police checked it for that time. It would ping in Memphis for that phone call, right? We also know that Katie got up to check.
Sorry, guys. We had to come back outside to take the dogs out right quick. So they're pottied and ready for bed with this dust storm coming. So if it gets windy out here, it's because I had to step back outside and let them out. And I'm going to sit here for a minute.
And wake him up for school at 6 o'clock a.m. We also know that she drove around for approximately 10 to 15 minutes looking for him, maybe 20 pushing it. Right? A little funny how it all comes back to around 6:29 a.m. Now, her and Chris were on the phone around, Chris had said around 6:20. I heard.
Does anybody know if any of the channels have reviewed this lady from TikTok yet? The one on the screen? I know they're talking about Loli, but has anybody else seen reviews on this one here yet? I guess it's time we start keeping an eye on this bullshit too. She's only got 333 subs, but this is crazy because now it's being spread by other channels, and you know how that goes in these circles.
Him say it in his Nancy Grace interview, but he wasn't sure. It wasn't exact, right? That's my breakdown, guys. That's what I was able to come up with. The time frames match. They can absolutely place him there. They can absolutely.
And by the way, when I say keep an eye on these people, it means if we keep an eye and be vigilant about seeing what theories and rumors and stuff that they're up to, we'll know where the misinformation is stemming because it trickles down. It starts trickle down effect. So this is what's happening because she did this and Loli used it as her content. So, you know, it's just going to be pushed further unless we can get it to shut up.
They placed him at the campground, place him on the phone call with Katie. They can make sure it pings there. And then after that phone call, it can basically put him on the road, put him at the house with the flashlights, at least at the end of the street, and then put him back on the road in time to make it to the job site and make it back to Memphis in time to call the.
What about if they're not flashlights? What about that? Did you take that into account?
Sheriff's Department at 6:33 a.m. Now, of course, like I said, speed times, you know, your speed, traffic lights, signals.
Andrea Mama 5, yes, I reviewed her a couple times, once or twice, I think.
The speed limit on the roadway, all kinds of outside factors can affect the timing. So we'll just say, let's make this, let's give it about a.
Y'all, so many of my videos, I realized that today I need to go back through and like put more faces on some of the thumbnails because there has been people that we've done like this where we've segued from one and then I go show you the source of the misinformation or where it comes from. And so people don't realize that they're covered in there too. I need to go back and look at some of my videos and try to include more faces because I've reviewed so many weird, different groups of people this time. It's confusing at this point.
A 10-minute difference in between. Okay, we can give it plus or minus 10 minutes on any of this here. It can be done. We all know, like I said, a man in a hurry. Everyone knows what a man in a hurry can do in a vehicle. They can get the speed up there pretty quick. You can beat your time. You can beat the time that the maps say. Okay, none of that is ever exact. I know for a fact when I travel places, it says I'm supposed to get there in 3 hours, 32 minutes.
Somebody in the chat asked if this is BHB's sister. I think what's actually happening is we might have a competition of TikTok creators, because BHB uses TikTok too, that are trying to do this race and see who can come up with the most insane calculations and theories and pump them out there and get more views on TikTok, maybe. I don't know. It seems like there's almost a competition between her and BHB in some sorts, because she is all in on this wild ride.
Minutes when I go to Georgia, and I've said this in another video, there's times I can cut it down to 3 hours. I can cut out a whole half hour. Depends how fast you're going. Depends what the other roads you're taking. Back roads are a possibility. There's no traffic on them, especially not that time in the morning.
But remember, in the beginning of this, she said she just doesn't even want to talk about potentials of, he would have to use a car to do that. She doesn't want to talk about any of that. She don't want to talk about how he would have had to get there. She only wants to talk about this piece. Don't forget, we're not there yet. That comes down the road. It doesn't need to fit this theory to make it come true. Why would that make sense? Come on, people. Don't think. Only halfway.
I rest my case, guys. Now, if you want to go see the actual breakdowns that I did, go.
She's resting her case, guys. She is making a case to try and put the parent of a missing child on the scene of something. She rests her case.
Go back and watch all the other videos I put up last night. This is just the summed up short version. Everything in line. This is what I'm sending to law enforcement.
Oh, and she's sending this to law enforcement too. She's doing law enforcement's job for them too. Another TikTok YouTuber doing law enforcement's job for them. I mean, I'm sure law enforcement is just so grateful for all of your volunteered time. I'm sure it's really making their jobs easier. Okay, back to this one.
Anybody hear it? Yes. Okay. Thanks, Janice. Here we go.
Huh?
I think I've been able to place him.
Yeah.
Now, I know everybody's going to question me about GPS,
Yourself?
what vehicle he used.
Very
We'll work on that later. Okay. Right now, the time frame that I went through.
I played that little part of that just so you could make sure that they hold on, sis. Hold on. Sorry, Kenzie is. Kenzie's being Kenzie without Kyle here. Normally, Kyle distracts Kenzie while I go live. Kyle's like the Kenzie babysitter. Babe, I need you to come home. Your daughter's on the loose. I'm just joking. She just has a lot of questions. But I just wanted to play that part again so you factually knew that what I just played and said that she sourced was the same video. Okay, he'll whine when he wants in. Sorry. Doing the animal shuffle because we're under a dust storm advisory. Okay, back to this. Let's fast forward.
11:33 p.m. The phone call ending. Add on. Now,
So, what do y'all think? It absolutely is possible. And she just proved it. If he was the one in his truck on the side.
Well, no. Ironic that you said that. Because we got to develop like an invisible spaceship. She didn't want to talk about the vehicle. So right there, you said truck. Take that off the table. We can't discuss that yet. Her theory doesn't work if you have to track a vehicle. She don't want to talk about that yet. You're jumping the gun here. You're ahead of the game. Her theory can't have that piece to it because it doesn't work. But again, law enforcement, Sumner County, the lead investigative agency on this, was sent that information. They're helping law enforcement do their jobs.
Side of the road. And picked
Oh,
up Sebastian. Hey, Susie. So, in that, I thought that was very, very interesting.
oh, I'm sure you did.
I mean, somebody said they thought the
That
cranes were
doesn't shock
going
me.
at 6:30 there in Memphis. He could have been there by 6:29. Jumped out of his truck, went in, started up a crane. It is
Just kind of like bloop, dropping off the body. That even kind of sounded the same. Started up a crane. Bloop, dropping off the body. You'll see why I included that upcoming.
is let's see. I was trying to find that earlier. Let me see. It's hidden by all the stuff here. Because see, she's got all of this right there. So it's hard to see who it is. But she did this on a YouTube video. And the name of that channel was Nick's World, Niks, and then World, Nik''s World. So, see, what did Rhonda say? I always said you don't look for something that's not lost. Rhonda, that is 100% it. They're not looking. They know where he's at. I have believed that from day one.
That's a pretty bold statement. That's a pretty bold statement. Sorry, guys, I had to come back downstairs because now I can't find where I put my phone.
Oh, Auntie Sherry, we're so happy. We want you to feel better. Enid, hi. Thanks for being here with us. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. That everything she said went according to everything they have said. And that does put Christopher possibly at that house just a little after 3:00 in the morning when the flashlight videos are happening. And it puts him on his job site.
We don't know if that was actually flashlights. But why wait for evidence? Why? Who does that? Nobody's going to wait for evidence. We just concoct theories.
In time to operate cranes, in time to make a call to the non-emergency number. Who the hell does that? If your child's missing, you're calling 911. Hey, Robin. Thanks for being here. Marianne, hey there. So for him to call a non-emergency number, his phone would ping in Memphis right as he got there. Isn't that something? Do you hear Katie say, I ran back to the house and quickly changed it to drove back to the house? Yes. When she was out looking. Yes.
I'm going to speed her up a little bit more even because I want to get through all this and I don't want to be here all night.
And I also thought it was very, very interesting when she's talking about driving, finding him, and then she went by the school and she caught herself, but she says and she stopped and changed the whole subject. And, she took herself away from the school.
Reminder, this was today, a couple hours ago, that this is what's still being done.
I thought that was really weird. Weird. Read my comment. Okay, Auntie, let me find you. The phone will ping your whereabouts, but not where you are physically. Right, because there's like a radius that goes out. So, yeah, you're right for sure. But it wouldn't put him at his house. Yeah, yes.
Oh,
yes, they do use that pronoun, don't they? We. So,
figured out.
Yeah, it's very clever to check with Siri. And I mean, I was surprised when she was saying that. I asked Google, how long does it take to drive from Memphis to Hendersonville, Tennessee? 3 hours, 37 minutes. I was like, whoa. So yeah, I was like, woo. Yes, Rhonda, Friday night at Uncle D's poker night. Katie and Sebastian were there.
So now she's once again passing another rumor that they have been pushing. Poker night, that Sebastian and Katie were at poker night. We talked about that the other day over here. Terry Lynn, you heard that. There's that rumor.
And that's a fact from Uncle D. So why would Katie go to a poker game where the guys were playing poker? Maybe because her hubby was there playing poker too.
But
I don't know. One way street.
Again, we don't know anything about that, nor if it's even remotely true. That was just out of nowhere. Months down the road, that came out of nowhere.
If it was not for Blue Eyes Jules, she heard it, she sent it to me, and she's like, oh my gosh. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I literally...
That wouldn't be the Blue Eyes that came on your panel that had been texting with Chris and Katie and then released every one of the text messages between Chris and Katie. That wouldn't be the same lady, would it?
Sat down, wrote it out myself on paper to look at it. And I said, oh my gosh, here it is. There's a proven fact.
Oh, it is. It is. Just for those in the back. Yeah. She's also had a lady on her panel that read a bunch of text messages between Chris and Katie and her, supposedly.
He could be there at 3:10 in the morning when the flashlights were going off. Isn't that something? So
Sorry, you guys, Bella's eating, but the pause I got to do right quick. There is no proof that this poker game existed or happened. That was a new out of the nowhere rumor that, gosh, I don't even remember how many videos back now that was. Terry Lynn, was it a Mensa panel? I'll have to go look. But we talked about it and they were going over some stuff. It might have been Spanky's too. I can't remember for sure right this second. I'll have to go look. Normally I could remember like that. I am tired.
yay. I will put her channel link in chat. I mean, in the description. I haven't done it yet. I was running way late trying to get over everything done so I can get over here and get on. So, anyways. So, who all has heard about the Sonar picture? Has anybody heard about a Sonar picture?
Oh, Lord.
I would have-
Okay. Anybody in here hear the sonar theory yet? Oh, we haven't even gotten here. This is why I'm trying to get ahead of as much of this as I can. This is my job right now, is to try and find these rumors that are kicking off and try to address them as fast as I can to get people to realize that where the source of these rumors are starting, because they're like grabbing anything and like holding on for dear life. The Silvers thing, completely out of nowhere, just bullshit. They're just grabbing anything and throwing it out there now. Okay. Let's listen to this. All right. Please understand this. There is no confirmation of this from law enforcement.
have done the same thing. Write it out. Yeah, I had to write it out.
Remember the facts.
Who is Maddie Bowersox? I don't know. Okay, y'all haven't seen. Okay. Well, let me give you a little backstory. Today, I was on my way home and I always listened to whoever's live at the time, but nobody was live. So I just scrolled down and, looked around. Well, I refreshed the page and Terry Lynn was actually live. She was at the airport in Nashville. She was talking and then she started saying something about this picture. She saw it herself. She went there, I think.
Wait, did you hear who that was again? Did you hear the source of this information again? She mentioned Terry Lynn again. That's where this picture she saw.
I don't know how it all played out. Maddie is Kathy's real name. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that, Karen. Thanks for filling in that gap. Hey, SPH.
And you can go factually look at Terry Lynn's live stream from today. Normally I would take you over there, but I'm not going to do a multi-hour live tonight. I am too tired for that. But that is where she got that. So Terry Lynn was talking about this and she's going to show you.
Hey,
And
hey, Tom.
Some of it.
Or Tam. Is it Tom or Tam? Tam. Hey, Tam. Sorry. I can't see. I'm getting old, y'all. But anyways, she said that her friend Steven had been on the boat going back and forth doing sonar and everything in the creeks. There was a picture that he got. He turned it in to law enforcement. And law enforcement, never said anything to him. So Nick Barris got the picture, posted it today, and he said law enforcement said it was a tree. So I'm going to, the best I can. Sorry, I don't have a laptop, so I can't share.
Okay. And there is a post too. Remember though, she is sourcing Terry Lynn here. She could have just went to Nick Barris and not gone anywhere further with this and just said it was already this. But you'll understand what's happening here in a second.
Depressing, but it is what it is. So I'm going to try my best to get this to where y'all can see this picture. And if you look at the bottom, this is the picture. Can y'all see that okay? This is the picture. This part, right? Oh, this part right here. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in on it. And look at that. Does that look like a tree? Can you not see eyes? I hate that ring is there. Can y'all see that okay?
Okay, so Nick Barris did post this today. Could this be Sebastian Rogers? Several of you have shared the sonar image with me, apparently taken by someone on Old Hickory Lane. You can see it appears to resemble a human body. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his Hendersonville, Tennessee home nearly 6 months ago. This image was shared with Sumner County investigators on this case. Have they looked into it? Yes. I checked, and the authorities say they had checked out the area with both dogs and sonar and determined the image is a submerged tree, not a human body. But they appreciate the tip and continue to follow up on any potential new leads. Keep them coming. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That's Nick's post. I'll full screen it for you.
But do you see the eyes? Almost looks like a little hair there. And this almost looks like a hand.
What?
And the group
What are they seeing? What? What? They literally think he's reaching up like that out of the bottom. That is what she's describing. I'm not even joking. I just realized what she is seeing. This is ridiculous. It looks, if you look at Nick Barris's post, that's what she is trying to describe of what she, oh, this is fucking wild.
that does
Oh, yes.
the adventures, the ones that go out and they find cars and stuff, they themselves have said they have pulled out a car where the body was coming out of the car and the arm was sticking straight up.
Yeah. See,
Oh, Robin, okay.
I figured it out once I
Let's
looked
see.
at it.
No tree. I agree. Sister,
Oh, sorry. I just bumped us out of there. Shit. Sorry, guys.
but
Hold on. Sorry. Where's she at? Where are we at? Come on. Not this far. Damn it. I hate when I bump myself off stuff.
because see, she's got all of this right there.
Oh, no. We were past this.
Really weird. Read my yes. When she was out looking. Yes. And I also thought it was very, very
Hold on. I was completely not paying attention. Where did she show that? Holy shit, the wind's picked up. You can feel it in the house. Sorry, guys. Oh, there it is. There we are.
like a little hair there.
Sorry.
They have pulled out a car where Nehru.
Okay.
Thank you. My accent. I don't feel like I got an accent.
Sorry.
But thank you. I'm glad you're here. So they said that there has been several times that they've found bodies under there with their arms sticking up, one arm or two. I have a hard time saying it's a tree.
Law enforcement said it was a tree.
Now, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Could the tree look like a human head with eyes?
Anybody guess where we're going? Anybody guess where we're going here? You think it would be like, oh, well, law enforcement said it's a tree. That's a tree. Obviously, they went out to investigate it. They said it's a tree. It's a tree. Okay. So, can you imagine where we're about to head? Because you can tell they're not just going to go with the fact that law enforcement says it's not a tree. We have no evidence to prove it's anything else, but of course they can't let it go there.
Eyes. You can almost see the nose. It's possible,
Mm.
but I don't know. And this is the weird part, guys.
Oh, this is the weird part.
Sherry Lynn said that she and he
It's just getting weird now, guys. I don't know what's wrong with you all. It's just now getting weird. This is the weird part. Ma'am, it's fucking been weird all along since you opened your mouth.
went back, ran the sonar over that exact location and around it and out a little further.
She's going for gold tonight. She's mixing in every single thing that she possibly could with all of these rumors and speculations, pinpointing Chris's location and putting the parents of a missing child in a location. She's gone there. Now we're on to the sonar video. You think that's the last one she's going to push in this video?
And it's not there.
I bet you know the answer already.
So, Matthew Cunningham, hello, hello. Thank you for being here.
I mean, I got to give her A for effort. She's wrapping it all up with the bow. She's like, fuck, I'm behind. I'm going to throw all of these rumors into one. And bam, they're guilty of something. Don't know what it is. There's no evidence to prove that they're guilty of anything. There's no information from law enforcement, but she's just going to put them all into one. Why mess around? Let's just shove them all in here.
But it wasn't there. And
Duchess,
I wonder, after all this time, you would think the body would float up, but obviously there.
I asked myself today, I need, you guys will understand this. I asked myself, am I hypersensitive? Because sometimes I feel like I could be when it comes to parents and missing children. Like I could be a little bit aggressive and rough around the edges, I guess you might say. Because I find this to be absolutely appalling. I find this to be the lowest, filthiest, vilest thing that anybody could do to another human being, especially with a missing child, that we have no evidence behind any of this. This isn't a game. Am I that sensitive or is this a problem? Because it seems like sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. They just continue to do it. I guess I'll stay hypersensitive if that's what this makes me. Because it also doesn't make me a complete, vile, utter piece of shit. You can call me all the things in the world you want, but I'll never sit with you. That's for sure. Yeah, Bella, you tell him. Tell him about him.
There had to be something keeping it down. And I've heard lots of people say, why wasn't it laying down? But as the gases and everything release, it would float up whatever is not under something. So it could be possible. Oh, thank you, Matthew. We love you being here. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you back. But I don't know. I wanted to show you guys, see what y'all thought, because that was really crazy. And
I'm so glad that if I'm quote unquote hypersensitive, I sit with all of you. Bella says so too. Actually, it's the wind that's freaking her out, and Dad's not home to cuddle her. So she is having her little meltdown because she's scared of high winds, and Dad's not home to cuddle her. That's Bella's issue, truly, not because of this lady.
I don't know. To me, it looks like a head. And, that possibly looked like an arm with a hand on it.
The power of suggestion. You will see anything that they tell you is there if you look hard enough for long enough. I see Air Jordan symbol.
And I mean, I don't know if y'all see the eyes and the mouth, but oh, okay, Matthew. Matthew's been managing in the bushes over there. So you agree one way?
Who's that? Anybody know? Oh, we keep his name in mind. He will be getting a feature soon. Ooh. See, this is why I love all the different communities that kind of overlap, because all of you guys know a different part of these people from the background, and I know nothing about it. This is like how it started with BJ for me. I knew nothing about these people. People around me know of these people, but I know nothing of these people or who they associate with. It's interesting when you guys I will definitely be there for that, because I'm always interested, because these people, it's just a trip to me. I cannot believe they do this. It's wild. And this goes back to the Summerwell stuff, which I've stayed away from. That's why I didn't know.
Let's see, Robin. I know the searcher is by herself, but who is she with that day? I don't know for sure. They're in too deep now. Could be, Auntie, because guys, this was in a creek. And this was in a creek that Terry Lynn had previously searched. It does look like a body. An adult body, you think? I think whoever it is was very slim. Very slim, I would say. Where
You think whoever it is was very slim. Law enforcement said it's a tree. She knows that. She knows that they said that. But Terry Lynn says,
do we find this picture? Let me see if I can go back. Hang on, I'll look and see. Try to figure out where I saw this. It was on a community post, and I'm a bad person.
sorry, you guys, I have to keep muted, so I'm back and forth between screens because Bella is just crying. The wind is so bad, and she is not having it.
didn't even get the name of the person that put it out. Let's see if I can find it again. Oh, you know what? It was on Facebook. There it is. Oh no, I moved it. It was on one of the Sebastian Rogers Facebook pages. So look on there if y'all have Facebook. But that's where it was. And let me see if I can find it exactly. Let's see if it was on here. Okay.
This is why I came live tonight. I couldn't sit by, but what's about to come out is why I'm here tonight. There's a few key pieces to this of why this became a priority for me because of all of these rumors in one. But there's one particular one that I'm very disgusted by.
I don't know, guys. I'm not. We have the Sebastian Rogers "Where Are You" page. I'm not seeing it there. Then there is the "Where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers." I'm not seeing it there. But there is another one I know.
Oh,
Find Sebastian Rogers. I don't know if I did that one or not. I don't know, guys. I will do my best to try to find it and let y'all know where I've seen it at.
Annabella, if you look at that and honestly see the Air Jordan symbol, that is the only thing that I genuinely saw. I was kind of being facetious, but I can see what they were going to try and twist and turn into it. If you tell somebody over and over again, just because I have watched this numerous times, you can make anything out of that. But what she is looking at is this. I can show it, but I prefer not because it's a tree stump, is what it is. Law enforcement said it's a tree. So I don't even want to point out what they're attempting to see because it's all about the power of suggestion.
Okay, wait a minute. Who's pregnant?
Listen to this. Did you hear that?
Robin. Robin, what are you talking about?
Okay, hold on. I'm doing this. Normally I would skip over this, but I'm doing this on intentionally to get this out of the way. This has to stop. This is not okay. She's reading comments.
Who's pregnant? What, Robin? Robin, what are you talking about? Oh, good Lord, good Lord. Is she really?
Okay, so she's not going to fully say it. So, and her chat's not up. So somebody comes in her chat and you've heard what she said so far, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Continue to listen.
It's under Nick Barris. Okay. On Facebook, Brat. On Facebook. Lord of mercy. I hope not. I did hear, I don't know if it's true, but I did hear that
Just wait.
they were split up. I don't know.
You tell me who she's talking about. You tell me who she's trying to imply here. Oh, let's let her continue.
Someone else said it. Okay, Enid. Well, I wonder if that baby will go missing boot camp again.
Who do you think she's talking about with that comment? Tell me in the chat.
Nick Barris News. Let's see. Not there.
Yep, she is.
I'm trying, guys.
Pretty sick, huh? What do you guys think about that? How does that make you feel? with the, I wonder if that child will go missing too. With the rumor of, I heard they're separated. How does that make you guys feel? To me, it feels very unnecessary. To me, it feels very dirty. There's just something really, really grimy about that right there. What's the need for that? Tell me one adjective that describes how you're feeling, what you think of this, and be honest, please. One adjective. What does this make you feel like? As a parent, as a mom, as an aunt, as a sister? You don't have to be a parent. How would you like people making up these type of rumors about you going through the worst time of your life? And then, yeah. Mm, mm.
Let's see. I don't see it now. I swear to y'all, I couldn't have just had the picture. Daggum.
Your guys'
Okay, I'm
words
going to look for it.
are exactly mine.
Tam says that lady needs sewed shut.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's at 1.5 speed. Let's slow that down. Let's slow that down and take that into. Let's take the full effect in for a moment on this. Yo, Loli, I hope you and your friends have the day, the month, the year you deserve with this shit that you think is so cute. She is the mother of a missing child, and this is so unnecessary. And I can, again, two things can exist. I can have empathy for you for the loss of a child. Will never even remotely wish that on a single soul. But I can also see the vile, evil, hurt, it seems, person you are to say something like this about the mother of a missing child while the child is still missing and there is no, at this point in time, no evidence. We don't know. Could there be a possibility? I mean, if you want to go there, sure. But could there also be a big possibility they're not involved at all? Absolutely. That's why it's important to wait for law enforcement to do their jobs and hopefully bring Sebastian home. That's the end goal, right? Seems to me the end goal is to shame the parents for you when the rest of us want Sebastian to be brought home. Maybe that's also why we can't understand each other.
Guys,
Yeah, you guys know who she's talking about. You know, she can go back and say it was anything else. We heard it.
let's see.
And by the way, because I know some people are going to get blamed for me reviewing this, the funny thing is we have text messages to prove that I reached out to these people and told them, I'm sorry, this is happening tonight. I'm reviewing this person, and I'm really sorry that it will cause drama for you guys, in essence, because you'll hear that too. But this is disgusting and needed brought attention to. And this has nothing to do with them. But you do say some shit that I'm going to address. I'm not going to correct the lies or anything like that because it's not my place to do any of that. I'll let that person address you. But I am going to show how grimy it is to do what you did under the name of the child that is missing.
I don't see it now. I swear to y'all, I couldn't have just had the picture. Daggum. Okay, I'm going to look for it. Tam says that lady needs sewed shut. Hey, R. Taylor.
That's normal speed. That was that funny to her. What's so funny about that?
Hey. Oh, that's him. He's a journalist.
Hmm.
It was said by a tarot reading woman. Okay.
All
righty. You know,
Oh, the rumor of the other thing was said by a tarot reading lady. You know how reliable those people have been in this case. I mean, you do the math.
I have heard several
Wooddrake, good night.
that have done readings on Sebastian.
I told you guys, please feel free to check out tonight if you need to. This is bad. There's nothing around this that is okay, acceptable. This is unnecessary. This is probably one of the worst that I've actually reviewed recently, and I've reviewed some terrible stuff. But this just feels gross. This feels so gross. This just feels unnecessary and incredibly shameful. This is today's video, just a couple hours ago.
Where is he? All that. And they've all said they kept getting the word water. Several of them.
This is just
Yeah, Kristen, the strange disappearance of Sebastian Rogers.
We have to speed her up again. I'm sorry. I can't. That's misery. Nope. This is torturous enough. Nope. I would prefer 2 times speed at this rate, but we'll go with 1.5. We're going to go through another little bit of this, and then I got another timestamp, and then we're going to move on. I want to get
Lord of mercy. I mean, you just found it, Kristen?
No, Revival. Interestingly enough, she covers Summer Wells too. Yeah. Yep. There's that.
Cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I really think that, this high CC Nick Barris, she says. It really bothers me that Sebastian was born when his whole life until not long before he was 15 to find out he had autism. They should have noticed these things.
Oh, my autism parents in the chat. What do you say about that? How does that make you feel if your child's got a late diagnosis or you yourself got a late diagnosis? How does that make you feel? Oh. I told you, she threw every single thing in this, did this in the most vile way with a smile on her face. With a smile on her face. Like, who does this?
And okay, Enid, I had last year, I had a fall down a mountain. Down at the bottom of the mountain, I fell. And
And by the way, for those of you that don't know, I'll share one thing because I fit in Katie's category then. My little one got a late diagnosis also. It's actually pretty typical, more than you know. So I guess that makes us guilty of something. We should have known something. That's the most ignorant shit I've heard. And I pity you. I really genuinely pity you.
my elbow to my shoulder, I had 7 breaks. I had to have surgery, have a metal rod put down inside. It was a mess. But now I have nerve damage all in here. And ever since I've had all of that done, it feels like my arm is not connecting, like it's disconnecting from my shoulder right here. The socket is what it feels like. And when I put this on, it just kind of tightens it up. It's really weird. But yes, it has been hurting horrible. And today at work, I was 90 to nothing writing stuff, and it's been crazy. And
Okay, ma'am.
I hurt all the way down to my. You should
Sorry.
have checked on that, Katie. Even
Oh,
kids, that should have been noticed.
whoops.
You know,
Gotta
and
get the full effect here.
to hammer that rod down in there. He said, "Your bones are good." Like, well, how the hell did I do this? So, anyways, I'll have trouble with it.
Sadly, when I tell you guys it's going to get worse, it always does. We're not done yet, unfortunately.
The rest of my life, I'm afraid. Yeah, you know, how do you not know that your child does things, acts a certain way, and it's not like the other kids? That should have been noticed, you know, and just
That's her audio, not mine. Sebastian was diagnosed not long after birth with 6q27 chromosomal deletion syndrome. There is a lot of overlapping physical symptoms that it can cause, other problems that are really hard to parse out at a young age. So it probably took very long, many years to even parse out what was affected because of that deletion syndrome, let alone what was additional. See, that's why they're called complex conditions at times, rare conditions, because it takes a while to process through. They don't have all the simple answers and they know exactly what affects everything. There's not this simple way you're making the sound. And if you have complicated behavioral health issues or any mental health issues in there too, it can complicate things even more. Not saying he didn't, I don't know. But these are common sense things that anybody with a give a shit about this case would know, especially as many times have you lied on it this far. I mean, you're so fact basis, right? But you would know that it's super common for late diagnostic workup for anybody on the spectrum. There's a lot of people that are diagnosed late. This is embarrassing, truly. Do better. Educate yourself.
little things that an autistic child will do, you know, even if it's just the little things. And you should have checked on that, Katie. Even Seth. I blame Seth too, because
Oh, well, good for you blaming the parents. You know, I'm glad that they needed your approval for something. Does this not feel so incredibly personal to you guys? Does this not feel so incredibly personal? What did Katie do to you? Like, this is such a personal level for her.
I think had they known earlier, then Sebastian might have had a chance to get help, to have that head start on how to handle his anger.
But he was getting help, and we don't know the extent of it, but that's not our business. So you're making assumptions over information that we're not privy to. Nor do we need that information. But according to what we've been told, if you want to take it, you can, of course, throw it out the window like you have everything else, including your brain. You can, you know, this is just, I'm becoming speechless. This is why we are here tonight, because I didn't intend on doing this, but I couldn't. This is another one. I can't not speak up. Look at the rumors that they're trying to start here. Because a psychic said so.
How to handle his confusion. And then once he started this transition into, you know, a young man, it would have helped. It would have helped him.
It is.
He was on something, the way he acted.
Mystic, that is 2 perfect adjectives. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, how do you not know? Even looking at that video, and don't get me wrong, I love it. It's precious. He was having a good time. He was in his own little bubble. Nobody was bothering him, and he was enjoying the heck out of it. But that wasn't normal. How do you let that go?
Revival, I think Mystic is saying that about this one on the screen. if I take it right. That's what I think.
Yeah, they couldn't tune into his life. They were so busy.
I think that's what.
It's in the group Strange Disappearance. Okay, Kristen. If
Yeah,
you're on Facebook, go to the
David.
group
Yes.
page, Strange
100%.
Disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. And that's where you will see that picture. And I wish if I had a laptop that would work, I could have shared the picture so y'all could all see it good. But all I can do is just put my phone up there. So I'm sorry, guys. But I just really think it's sad that
That's her background. Yeah, it's her background, Michelle. Yeah, that's hers.
he did not get the help he
She's in the swamp. Actually, it looks really pretty whatever the picture is, but
needed early enough that by the time he is
thank
a
you,
teenager,
Revival.
and it's such an impressible stage in a kid's life, you know. And
I know this has everybody on really edge too, and I apologize for that. This is really hard to listen to for everybody, and I know that we're all like, how dare people say this? So please give us some grace too. We're all really like, this is a lot for people to hear, so, and it's very triggering, so please, we're all doing really good. Thank you guys for being respectful, and mods, thank you for all you do. Of course, this is a lot to hear, and if you need to step away, please do so. For anybody, this is a lot.
and maybe it would have helped him along that transition, you know, because they do start changing and
Robin, thank you so much for the support.
they start growing and all the things. And you know, most kids don't quite understand what all's going on here and why they don't, you know, like this or feel like this or whatever it is. I think first time parents and he wasn't around other kids and they thought it was all normal, possibly.
Let's listen to this.
But I mean, when you go out to eat or to
Listen.
the mall or whatever, and especially if teachers catch it, why didn't teachers ask?
I think that's her Wi-Fi.
Oh my goodness, he stopped eating. Oh,
Earth, I don't know.
yes, Mama Bear, I agree with you. I think Seth did bond with Sebastian. And I don't think Katie did until he was a little older.
I just know that everybody's listened to a lot of this right now too. Mystic and Revival, thank you guys are being cool. And I appreciate that because all of us are just so on edge right now. This has just been so much to hear the bullshit that they're doing. And it's like, why? What's the purpose? I think everybody's feeling so angry lately and valid. I can't imagine how the family feels. If we all feel this collectively bad, truthfully, can you imagine how the family, like, I just can't imagine being in their shoes.
Did you see it good on the phone? Good, little Miss Sharon. Good. I'm glad it came out pretty decent.
I didn't know that.
Because I wanted to show you guys. That was just like, whoa. Now, is that a person?
I'm not paying.
We don't know.
Sorry.
Is that Sebastian? We don't know. But is it possible? Yes.
Mimi of 8, yeah. Now, this is just so much, you guys. I please bear with me. My brain's becoming mush listening to this shit.
It could be. It's possible it's the body. However, they did say they went back, ran the sonar stuff, and it wasn't there. I find it very strange. But
What? Law enforcement said it's a tree. Law enforcement said it's a tree. She's claiming they went and ran sonar over and it's gone. I read Nick Barris' statement. Okay.
because this guy turns that into LE.
I mean, again, believe what you want at the end of the day. But if you want to go with wild speculation and theory and bullshit like this, please keep it to yourself. There's a missing child that is impacted by bullshit like this and misinformation, and it's really not fair. Really not fair at all.
He waits and doesn't share the picture for 2 weeks.
Mystic, I think around 2K, right in there,
2 weeks they had it.
and on the move.
Didn't
There's kind of a trickle down effect with her and Smiley and a few others that I'm noticing. There's like all these little pockets that are popping up, but you're gonna see where they're all connected to here upcoming in a minute. It's really interesting. But this is the trickle down effect and the adding to the rumors and how they travel. So Terry Lynn has been her source. Now she's going completely against what Nick's, yeah.
he didn't share it with anybody. He was waiting for law enforcement and all that. And plenty of time to go move a body.
Did you hear that? Move a body. You think she's been watching Bloop dropping off the body? Any guesses in the chat?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're not that expensive. My rotator.
I love when you put things in words like that because you are so right on. That is the perfect example word of what this is. Ecosystem. They're like this little, and they suck the air out of their own little bubbles of pockets of ugh.
Or damage, but I refuse surgery. Oh, Enid. Okay. I didn't know I could do that. I'll definitely check on that because I could use it right up here. This kills me all the time and I can feel it.
I sped her back up.
Awesome. My daughter was misdiagnosed at 9, then re-diagnosed at 13. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yes, TJ. From what I hear, they are going
Are you gonna shame her? You gonna shame her? Wait. She should have known, shouldn't she have?
to try to dive that spot, or he was. Hey, Pink Bow.
How do people do this?
Um,
How?
but yeah, 2 weeks, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Oh,
And it just happens to be the 2 weeks that, from what I'm hearing,
oh,
the house.
heard it through the grapevine. Yep, what I'm hearing, because we just do that out here now in missing children's cases. We just, hey, what I'm hearing is,
Is empty of them, just them, and they hadn't been at the camper.
Yeah.
Well, Pink Bow, my day's going pretty crazy, but good. Thank you for asking. Use a TENS unit on my arm.
This is wild.
Okay, I have one. And matter of fact, it's not packed in storage.
Wild.
Yes, Auntie. Every autistic child is a gift.
And nobody's questioned that.
Yeah, TJC. Yeah, I don't know. Same here. You're doing pretty good, huh? Well, good. Well, welcome. So does anybody find it crazy that the same people who are his friends had that Sonar picture for 2 weeks? They had it. Same 2 weeks they kind of went ghosted silent. They haven't been on, haven't been around, nobody's seen them.
Oh, is that so?
What a way to distract
Is that so?
from Sebastian's case
Oh.
by putting out a order against Bighorn Betty.
Oh, wait. Did she just mention the TPO on Betty and say that that's a distraction from this? Are we just developing a whole new theory here? We are. We sure as fuck are. We're just jumping right into this. Okay. Wow. So we went from pinning the step parent of a missing child on the scene of something, removing all possibility of him getting there because we can't get there yet. We can't get that piece of it yet. We're jumping ahead, thinking common sense logically. And now we're going to develop another one. Holy shit. All in one live stream.
Wait a minute. Okay. You got to wait. You have to wait.
Oh,
she gets impatient and she barks at me. So, hey, Solo Angel Mom, how you doing?
Oh, she's not done yet telling you guys who she's
Yes.
to
Not because Crystal won't be on the stand.
or what she's putting
Yeah.
into her little
Is that a corgi?
room.
I have a corgi here on the bed with me, and I have an Australian Shepherd on the floor. And my Australian Shepherd is the one that, when she wants to go, she will whine a little bit, stand at the door, she'll whine a little bit. And then when she's just like, let's go, tired of waiting on me, she will bark at me. It's the only time I hear her bark. Good for you, Pinkbo. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. Yeah, well, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're just sitting here talking about all the things Sebastian, poor baby boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, I really think that okay, Pinkbo, you're always welcome in here as long as we're nice and courteous to people.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You wish she would end it, right? Would probably be better.
There you go, Anthony. You believe in yourself. I just really feel like
Just wait, though.
things are
Ironic.
happening. Things are going on. You don't call people and pretend you're somebody else and your voice is so obvious, you know, and you talk about stupid stuff like you're a damn truck driver. You know, I mean, that's just not right.
Angel, thank you for giving us the heads up to the next misinformation. It's almost like he is going around and having his buddies promote him at times too. So thank you for the heads up. But how'd you know that? Is he dropping posts to have people go promote his next bunch of bullshit? Just curious.
And like I said the other night, if I'm wrong about this and Katie and Chris had nothing to do with it, I will 100% publicly apologize to them. And I will pray and ask God to forgive me. And the only thing that makes me say the mother is the key to all of it is because she was the one there with this child. And in Chris's own words, he says, nobody could have came up to the front door, put in the code, came in, because they would have been seen on camera. But yet Katie's first words were, I don't know why he went out that door.
Oh God. Somebody help her. She is
Why do
completely
you think he went out a door?
You
know, he has windows in his bedroom. At that point, she
Tracy,
hadn't even investigated the backyard. She never looked back there.
Tracy, come on now. I know you're making a joke, but somebody will take that and run with it.
Or she never looked in the front yard or on the sides of the yard. So how does she know he went out that front door? We know he didn't because there was nothing, not
They know he didn't. You heard that, right? Okay.
one bit of anything coming out that front door because the cameras caught it.
Oh,
The cameras caught that door and it was never opened. And the way Chris talked, he knew where every camera was. Well, if you know where every camera is, then I would bet you could very, very well avoid those cameras if need be.
oh,
And there would be a certain way for you to go out.
yeah. They know.
All right. You take care, Pinkbo. You take care of yourself. But yeah, she was fully dressed. I would have still been in my pajamas. I still had like bedhead, you know, where I've been sleeping on that pillow. My hair would have been all over the place probably. But yep.
They know what she looked like. They were there.
Want to see me right outside in a t-shirt?
They had to have been there, right? All these assumptions, you would think that they live with them for all they know. Like they're so in the know of all of the things.
Boxers, that's right. Hey, everybody would be lucky if I had boxers.
This is
so
much.
Hey, Thor, go play with your friends. Go play with your friends. Leave me alone.
Oh,
Okay.
Thor,
So
Thor out there making friends.
I just really think what we saw today.
You shouldn't go on for 45 minutes. Actually, that was one of the funniest streams, though. Still, the amount of times that I heard about Thor, that stream was just insane to me.
What we listened to today makes everything possible. Well, Thor,
Absolutely.
maybe I should do a live to talk about all your friends and you.
Oh, you should do a live to talk about all of us. I told you guys she wanted this attention. Watch this.
Hey, Annabella, meet my friend Thor. How you doing, pretty girl? Auntie Sherry has SA, smartass. Oh, that's funny. So it's crazy to think, but
Let's listen to her in real
if that lady, what she said and what she had put on paper, I looked at it, I went over everything I had.
Oh, she did.
And guys, it's possible that Chris Profit could have been there 3:00 in the morning
Oh.
and been back to work at 6:29.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Auntie, I don't think that was rapper.
Angel, thank you for becoming a member.
I
Ellie,
don't think so.
McGee.
What did you miss, Marilyn?
Hey, Jamal, I missed that too. Thank you, Jamal. If you're still here, thank you for the super chat. This is you guys, this is just I'm sorry. Every time I think we found like the worst, it just gets worse and worse. Who's Annabella, honey? We have an Annabella, but that's not her name. There's another one in here too. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going back to this. I'm like, I don't even know.
You gotta have to go back and listen to it. There's a lady that did a TikTok video and she has worked really hard on it. Her name, she didn't say her name, but her YouTube channel is called Nick's World.
Same one?
And in the YouTube video, she takes minute by minute, distance, time. She created the time where Chris could be in Hendersonville at 3 in the morning.
Okay.
3:10, I think it is, in the morning, and then back to Memphis with plenty of time of disposal or drop off, and be at work at 6.
Disposal or drop off. You love how they just casually say that, right? Just a disposal or drop off. You know, they've got this all calculated in their heads.
29.
What's the purpose of this?
So
thank you.
Her channel had YouTube channel name is Nick's World, Niks, and then World. Hi, Dreamweaver. Thanks for being here. Right? Yeah. I don't even know. Has Betty received papers yet?
I think, yeah, I get it now. I wasn't sure which Annabella you were talking about because we have one in here too. So I wasn't sure. And that's why I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just going back here. But then I realized, oh no, two different ones. And I instantly clicked who you guys are talking about because she's on the missing poster. The left-sided hairdo that's been missing for 14 years, I think is what it says or something like that.
Because it's not legal until she served papers.
There's too many of these.
That's what I'm hearing. I think so, R. Taylor. I believe so. You know, and she hasn't. Oh yeah, Florida did get all the damage. I think 2 weeks ago that Sonar was taken, and in the process of 2 weeks, things could have been moved out of that creek. And all of a sudden, let's slap Betty with this protective order. And I mean, guys, we can all agree, I think Betty has been very calm and good on this route. Hey, Matthew, thanks for being here.
Out of nowhere.
But
Betty,
yeah, Betty has been very good. She has.
Betty has been very good on this one. Did you get like that? She's claiming Betty has been very good on this one.
Been caused trouble. She hadn't yelled at them.
She hasn't yelled at them.
So I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a sonar. I don't know who asked about the picture. There is a sonar picture that was taken by a man who's been out searching, and I think it's a friend of Terry Lynn's. And what they found on the sonar picture was kind of creepy, and her friend turned it in 2 weeks ago to police. And then they just don't bark at me. I'm not paying her enough attention, huh? But the sonar picture was with LE, with Chris's friends. And after 2 weeks, this guy went back and did the sonar in the same place again, and that object is not there now. Hush. Sit down. Don't you do it. Lord, these two, they're like little kids. So anyways, the picture looks, now Ellie came out and said it was a tree. I don't know if she is or not. I would say,
okay, it's really windy, but she is making me want to smoke. So I came out to smoke. So yes, it's windy out here, and I will try to keep this to a minimum so it doesn't hurt your ears. But are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, why are we doing this shit, people? Like, why? Like, that's my only question at this point. Why? What benefit is this to anybody? You claim you're about finding Sebastian. How is this helping finding Sebastian? This isn't bringing awareness to Sebastian with spreading rumors like this that are based on complete speculation and wild theory. And why would you want this to be true? There is a missing child. There is a missing child. I just don't get it. Like, this is too far. Way too far.
I don't know. I pray she's not. I really do. That puppy needs to go out. Yes, Dorothy. Like Miss Dorothy said, keep praying. We're going to get justice. And I really think we are going to get justice for him. I think we are. And I think we're getting close. And every time we get close, there's this distraction.
We're going to get justice for him. Ma'am, we need to bring him home. And why are we jumping to conclusions and taking hope off the table? Like, why is that being done? I just don't understand people who do this. I genuinely don't. Yes, statistics say, but I am one of those people that likes to challenge the odds. I'm one of those people that will continue to remain hopeful because we've seen some amazing things happen. And I really hope he is out there alive and well and that nobody is involved in this. Truthfully, that's my, of course, you got to be realistic. Do you have to do it to this point to a public audience? Like, what are you getting out of this? Some opinions we can keep to ourselves. We're adults, you know. Can you imagine being in their shoes? I mean, I just can't. I can't for the life of me imagine being in their shoes.
And I think the distraction this time was Bullhorn Betty getting served, trying to get everybody else worried. Yeah, I don't think Chris would want a kid. That would interfere with his lifestyle. So
back to Chris's not wanting to have a kid. Remember, we opened with that clip and she mentioned something like that similar back in June. Well, she's still on that same kick. Meanwhile, we have no idea. We don't know these people. We truly don't know these people, nor have had personal relationships. And why does it matter? Why does any of that matter? It doesn't. It's just a way to attack their character. And what, at the end of the day, does that do any good for what you're supposed to be concerned about? And that's bringing home Sebastian, right? You claim that that's what you're here for, is to bring the children home. How is this doing that? Seems to me like it's a complete targeted campaign painting narratives against a stepdad and a mom that you seem to really have personal issues with.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. I get so aggravated and so worked up over it. And then I get pissed off about it and come on here and rant and rave. So I just, hey, Marlena, thanks for
Sorry,
being here.
Trisha.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you for being
in.
here.
I really think, I don't know if you guys heard Silver's on the case. I think it's his channel. He does say that he was in a Walmart in Cleveland, or somebody told him that this guy was in a Walmart in Cleveland and he passed a group of.
Wait, did you hear who else she mentioned? Our good old buddy Sniffers on the scene. You think she's been watching him a little bit? Yeah. Interesting, huh? It's just a big old circle of misinformation. Starts one place, wraps up another.
Teenage kids. He said something wasn't quite right, but he kept going, went down to the other end. Well, there was a boy that came up to him and said, what a good day, pretty day it is to go shopping or something like that. Silver's on the scene. That's right. He has done so good, guys. Y'all go sub up to him for sure. Good night, Auntie. Love you big. You be good. Call me if you need me. Okay. So, anyways, he said somebody called Sebastian and he ran off or went down there. And there was some other stuff to it, but when with such a high profile case, you have to be careful with tips. You really do. And
yeah, at least you said that. I will give you that.
Of course, that wasn't reported right away. If it was reported right away, somebody could have went in there and checked it out.
Yeah, I'll give her that.
But
It's right there.
I don't know. Take your dog out or don't call me in, she said.
This is just a ball of fun.
Are they really, Marlena? Oh my gosh. Those people that do that, they need to create their own channels and their own community and leave us alone.
If you're talking about channels like us or the ones that review you people that create and spread misinformation, one of those channels, I have my own community. We call it the island. Welcome to the island, where we like to watch shit repeat their own words. Truly. It's called commentary. It's what YouTube's basis is built off of, is reviews and commentary on other things. It's kind of the basis of this platform that you're on, this free app here that you choose out to come out here and spew all this publicly. So assholes like me who have built a channel, who have been around, who do have a community of people, review you for content, because change needs to happen for victims and their family. And replaying your guys' words is a prime example of why that change needs to happen. So I guess I should be thanking you for continuing your idiocracy in real time. But I would never thank you for that, because you're actually, people like you cause harm in real lives, such as the missing child. Even promoting something like Silver's on the Scene is negligent, in my opinion. And you claim to be here for all the children. Aussie Trisha, thank you so much for the support. I feel like she's going for the gold tonight. She's like, it's the Olympics. It's the fucking misinformation Olympics 101. She's going for gold tonight. Up next on the bar, Loli. Balance beam? I don't even know. There's nothing balanced about this.
They know where Sebastian is, just like Don and Candace know where Summer is. I agree with you on that one, Miss Kathy. Yeah. So yes, definitely send all tips.
And yes, you can be excited about the attention you'll get off of this, because you seemed pretty excited to be reviewed, if you ask me. But the sad thing is like, you guys get excitement over doing this to a missing child's case, and love the attention it brings, and get giddy over it, and then you find your people, and then you pray all of this stuff away and do all that, while we sit here and continue to just scratch our heads because you guys make our asses itch. Some of you scratch your heads, I scratch my ass. I'm with Chico. You guys make my ass itch. Truly. You do. Why? You have so many things you could be doing. There's so much good you could be doing. and you choose to do this. You choose to do this. You're able to do anything, and you choose to do this. You choose to kick the mother of a missing child on their worst day, going through their worst time, and then you say that you can empathize with that. It's mind-boggling to me, truly. It's a gift that I'm glad I don't have, of putting blinders on and being so fucking cruel, and then saying that you understand.
To go to TBI. Do not send them directly to law enforcement there. Yes, people can be mean. And he's doing good things, you know, but I just don't think people have anything to talk about. So they play other people's stuff and talk about them.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this. It's called a review channel. It's commentary. Some people might call you a Lowe's cow. You don't bring that many laughs to me. I mean, I could totally crack jokes, but at the basis of this, you are doing this under a missing child's name with no shame, and that's really sad. That's truly sad and disturbing to me. It's hard for me to find anything humorous about what you're doing.
Because they don't agree with them. Make them into a villain.
It's not that we disagree. It's not that we have differing opinions on this case, truly. You're entitled to your opinion. Base that opinion on fact, and you have this thing called discernment, right? I'm sure you've talked about that before. How is this helping bring home a 15-year-old child by blaming and trying to pinpoint the step parent at a location where that's not where law enforcement has led us, any of us, to believe that was needed or necessary? Why are you trying to put crimes on people that we don't know what happened and there's still a missing child? Why are you doing that? Why do you want that to be him in that creek? Why can't you be excited that it was law enforcement said it's a tree and be like, okay, good, moving on?
It is insane what is happening. I mean, guys, there was a video of me, and she used me losing my son, and I didn't have sympathy for the mother, for Sebastian's mother.
You've all heard a good enough display of that yourself in the beginning section of this. You make up your mind. Do you think somebody addressing her on that basis would be a problem?
And turned me into a bad person because I attacked Katie. I'm just saying what they've already said, basically. I'm proving that what they are saying makes themselves look obviously guilty. Yeah, Marlena, that one hurt. That hurt deep. And it came from a person that I used to be very close to. Hey, Pearl Girl. Anybody else that's been coming in or in the bushes? Hello, hello. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate everybody. We've had a good chat tonight.
Some of those answers are being answered in the chat right now. I'm not going to speak for that person. They can speak for themselves. I didn't know who she was even talking about for the longest time, but I'm going to show you a quick little display of what she likes to do under Sebastian's name too. We're almost done with this.
So, oh, it's okay, Marlena. I think, I think people are miserable.
This isn't even like ethical conspiracy theory, though. Like, there is an ethical way of being a conspiracy theorist, truly. It's sad because I have a lot of friends who are wild conspiracy theorists, and they are the most respectful, kind human beings when it comes to stuff like this publicly. They would never do this, but do they have some wild theories that they can come up with in their heads? Absolutely. Do I shame them for that? No, that's their opinion. It's how it's done, truly. You can have these thoughts, keep them to yourself. There's no need, like, if you want to say you have these opinions, especially out publicly, we're going to tell you that it's not based in fact. I mean, you're the one putting it out here publicly, and then offended that people are going to talk about your opinions that you're so boldly putting out here publicly on the parents of a missing child. You guys are saying it with your whole chest. We're just helping make sure everybody hears what you have to say with your whole chest. Don't get mad. Get angry. I'd like to see it. Put some passion behind this.
with their lives or with their channels. And all they can do is just attack. And it's not right. Oh, Marlena, I am sorry. I hate the fact that you know that pain. Yeah, Rockin' Rhonda. I love Silvers too. He's really good.
She loves Silvers too. He's usually good. Yeah, Smiley's.
Oh, winter foraging and her meds. Okay, did you hear, Pearl Girl? Did you hear about my corn silk extract quandary that I got myself into? I thought it would be okay to just open my mouth and drop 3, maybe 4 drops in. Pearl Girl says, no, Loli. Yeah, I know that. Oh my gosh, it burned my throat. I was like, oh. Yeah, Marilyn.
Oh, thank God we're almost done.
Oh, goodness. Gets a little easier, but it's a pain that never goes away. That is 100% true. Did you make a barely? I was like, oh my gosh, they were talking about vodka. I didn't know it was straight up vodka times 4. I was like, oh. So I'm not sure about the corn silk oil,
Enid,
but I was going to do it. I was going to try it. And I thought, well, I'll just drop a couple in my mouth. People don't do that. I bought it because I didn't know how to make it and I don't have time to make it. So I ordered it and it was, I don't remember. It was like a whole food place that had it and it was all natural. So
I agree with you 100% on that. Okay, let's go.
But it does smell like corn. I was blown up. I thank y'all for having the passion for these kids that are missing because, you know, if it wasn't for all of us sitting here talking about things, trying to make everything connect the dots kind of thing.
Everything connect the dots. I mean, at least she's saying it. This is passion. This is what this is. This is passionate. She's passionate about this. Oh, okay.
Hi, Lori, 626.
All right.
You know, it wouldn't have the exposure that it has.
Interesting.
For Sebastian and for Summer both. And bye, Miss Sharon. Thank you for coming. Big hugs. But it takes all of us together to do this.
To do what? Spread the rumors and gossip? Yeah, we know.
Love you, Brat.
We got it. We see it.
Prayers for answers, yes. You know, that's all we can do. The biggest part is just pray for them. Because
pray for them.
Okay.
Say
Girl's gonna tell us something funny.
This, my friends, is what I called a trage evangelist, who uses tragedy and religion and puts it all together and does the vilest shit under God's name. This is why I have a foundational issue with a lot of people that do shit like this, because the God I choose to believe in would not be okay with this being done. I mean, they kind of throw out the whole like love thy neighbor thing right off the bat, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an asshole with a YouTube channel and a lot of opinions, especially in the opinion of we don't do this to parents of missing children.
Okay, Rock and Rhonda said, no excuse for that. Friends like that, you don't need enemies. Yeah. You know, just ignore the ones that are out there ranting and raving and attacking and making fun of people. They don't like them. End of story. When they don't like somebody, they pick apart everything about them. Well, this world is cruel.
No, I'm not picking apart everything about you. I'm picking apart everything about your words, your public words, ma'am. The words that are coming out of your mouth, like the movie Exorcism, and when the head spins around, that's what your words are flowing out like. I mean, at the rate of fucking a snail's pace. But the fact is you actually had to think of these words before you said them, and you really still let them flow out of your mouth. You had plenty of time to shut your mouth and say, that's probably not the best thing to say. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that. Anyways, you know, as fast talkers at times, and I even talk slow, I speed myself up to listen to me. Yeah, we don't even catch shit we say, and oftentimes say too much shit all at once. But you even take the time to think about the words that you're using. I don't do that. You even write this shit down at times. Like, you write this shit down at times. I'll give an example of that coming up. Take us home, Loli.
Enough, and we don't need help from you two to have issues of our own, to have insecurities or whatever we deal with. So just be kind to everybody, because you
If you have insecurities, that's a you problem. Again, this has nothing to do with anything but the words coming out of your mouth. And this is weird already. This is why I think you wanted this, because you're like putting the little wall up already of your defense mechanism when you're called out on the bullshit, because you know what you're doing is spreading bullshit. You know what you're doing, and you still chose to do it. You still chose to do it. That's the crazy part to me. I guess any attention's good attention, right? When you hang out with people like Smiley, who verified that there was an active warrant on Katie, which never existed. But the sheriff's department told her that. Okay.
may be the only one that's kind to them, and you may be the person to make a difference. Always remember that. So, yeah, you don't need friends like that. They're not friends, because when they get mad at you, they're going to do the same for you. And that's
I'm sorry to those of you in the chat that were friends with this person at one time. I've seen some of you say that she was never like this. I'm sorry, but this is a very true version of who she is. I'm sorry that's not the version you knew, but this is her. And I hope that most of you can see that and take it for what it's worth and never go back there again, truly, because if you sit with somebody like this, I can't imagine how that has to feel. To think that this is acceptable behavior from anybody. Like, no way would I ever condone my friends being like this. I would not hang out with people that treated human beings like this, period, ever. So I can't imagine you've been like this all along, because these people would not sit by you, guaranteed.
That's what happened to me. And, it's frustrating. It's sad. It hurts your heart, but it's all out there. Okay, Karen said Seth is supposed to be on Court TV tonight. We'll have to definitely watch that for sure. So I'm going to let everybody get out of here and get on with your night. But just remember, be kind. Let them be the ones to make fools of themselves.
She has the audacity to talk about being kind. She has the audacity. I'm going to point that out again. So say to be kind. Did you hear what she tried to kick off about rumors from a psychic about the mother of a missing child? Did you hear what she thought was funny in the stream? Did you hear the rumor about the tree stump that law enforcement confirmed to Nick Ferris was a tree stump? We have no reason to believe it wasn't. Did you hear the rumor about the poker tournament from Terry Lynn? Did you hear all that stuff? And then she has the audacity to tell us to be kind. Okay. I got
And
it.
if there's somebody that you just don't like, then you just don't like them. But it's not your job to tear them down.
You people are weird as fuck. Weird as fuck. You make this so personal, just like your personal vested hatred towards a mother of a missing child. Like, what do you see in her that resembles yourself? What is it that you don't like about yourself that you see in her? Because it seems like that's more it, in my opinion. Like, there's something about her that you're, or maybe it's that you're envious of. I don't know. Maybe it's because some of us are saying this is too far. And maybe something like that did happen to you. Maybe you went through a rough time and you are envious that nobody stood up and said something. I don't know what this is. It seems very personally vested to me, my opinion only, because I've never seen such vile hatred spewed at a complete stranger from such a personal place and willingness to do this much. We have to tell the truth about you by using your own words to show who you are. You have to lie about the mother of a missing child going through their worst time of their life. That's all a reflection of you. We're just putting it on a bigger scale for you. Whether you choose to look in the mirror and see it or not, that's on you.
And if they talk about Sebastian or put out false information, or same with Summer, if there are people in their chat listen to that, that's on them. That's on them. It's not our job to go in and police everybody. So let's just keep going, keep digging, keep spreading.
If you think this is the YouTube police, I would hate that you would ever have to deal with actual law enforcement. Jesus, I'm just an asshole with a lot of opinions. It's sad that my opinions scare you that much that you think we're some sort of police department or something.
And their pictures and their name. We'll be here till the end. But I do thank y'all. I feel so loved with you all here. And sometimes I just need that. and y'all are the ones to do it. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
And for
Yeah.
the rest of the night, have a good night. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Love and hugs, everybody. Good night.
So how are you guys feeling right now before we finish this up for the night with one more? Tell me how you're feeling in the chat while I shut these lights off and put all this stuff away. I bet it doesn't make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, does it? I would venture to say nobody's saying they feel warm and fuzzy after watching that. That's one thing I can almost say. Exhausted? Oh, hold on. You guys got to go back on mute because Kenzie's playing her video game again and getting wild in there. See, I told you guys we could hear her say the F word from our living room. And then she comes out to Kyle and I and spells the word. It's the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see, but it still cracks me up on the daily. Because she says the F word. Like, that's what she said. But she'll come out to Kyle and I will be sitting right there and can hear her. And then she'll spell it to us. It's the funniest shit in the world. Anywho, I'm going to show you one other little display of her from 3 days ago. I'm not going to go into detail about it. I'm going to let the person that this is affecting or will affect handle it. I don't speak for this person. I just recently met this person because of this app in this case. But this is some real foul shit upcoming. And I hope and encourage you guys to please go check out Cold Case Crystal's channel. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping the link again, that would be great. We're going to go to about 5 minutes in. Make sure you guys can see this one. Okay, here we go. Buckle up.
An amazing time, and we are planning to do it again. And I am so thankful for it. Hey, Sandy, thanks for being here.
She's at regular speed. We'll speed her up.
But guys, I'm not joking when I say I came home, I got a video that was sent to me, and it was all about me. Hey, Dispatch Crystal.
That's hard to, who would have thunk somebody made a video about you, considering you've been doing this for quite some time out here? Who would have ever thunk it that somebody would have something to say about the shit you've been saying about Katie? Like, shocker. There was a video about you. No. Say it ain't so. I'm stunned. Not with your sweet, stunning, charismatic, kind personality. I can't imagine what anybody would have to say about you. Look at the title of this video. Sebastian's study session. Okay. All right. Good night, we. Have a good night. Start typing. Thank you for stopping by, we. Please go check out Earth and Wee's stream on this one too. It's been dropped in the chat previously. Other people have reviewed. This is a new rabbit hole that I nope. But I will put her words on the screen and I will talk about what she's actively doing in this case. There's a lot more to this though, because she takes it personal, and that's what we're pointing out here. So I want you to pay attention. We're 5 minutes and 39 seconds in already. I'm going to skip through some of this because I'm not going to respond to what she is saying. That will be done by the person that's being addressed. And I'm not going to even open that up. But I'm going to show you that she does this personal shit and then where we run to. Okay. So you're going to see 3 different versions of her, I think. You saw about a month ago. You saw today. And now we're going to see 3 days ago. You think anything's...
But yeah, a video all about me. And I don't care if people want to talk about how I present a story or talk about anything, whatever. But this one,
The title should be right in the corner of your video when my mouse is on it. I'll leave it there again for another second so people can see. This is all being done at our Sebastian study session. Take that in. Take that fully in for a moment, okay?
this one hit hard.
It hit hard.
It hit me in my heart.
Thank you, Salty, for
And they knew it would, because you see, it came from people that I used to be really close to.
Oh, it did. It did.
And I have written down, I've been thinking over it. I wrote it all down because
You wrote this down. Imagine that.
I do not want to say anything here that's going to lead me into something that's going to turn into some anger.
Oh,
So I'm going to read my thoughts here.
remember, she's fed up. She's fed up. She is technically at 1.5. Like, can you imagine how? Yeah. Sorry, I have to speed everything up. And to anybody that talks slow, please don't take offense to what I'm saying at all. I'm being an asshole. That is not a dig at anybody that talks slow. I talk slow. I speed myself up. Truthfully, I just listen to everything on fast speed. That's just what I do. So do not take offense to any of that.
Marilyn and Sam, thanks for being here. I appreciate you all so much for being here. So if you see me reading, that's exactly why I'm doing this. Okay, guys?
Absolutely.
So from what I can tell, this video was put out months ago, or a month or so ago. I don't even remember. It was not anytime recent. But you see, I used to follow this person.
If they would like me to, I could do that. Okay, so you're hearing that it's personal, right? Okay. I'll just
She was absolutely precious to me. I held her in high regards. I love knowing that I had a friend I could call on to pray for me or pray with me.
Okay, so you hear that. Okay, ready? I'm just going to pick a few places, okay? Now we're at 7 minutes, 40 seconds. We're going to go to the 10-minute mark. You think she'd be done, right? This is the Sebastian video. It's about Sebastian. It's only an hour long. So 10 minutes, then you figure, oh, she's done. Okay, let's see.
Things that she said during this phone call surprised me.
Oh, no, 10 minutes in, she's not. Let's try 13. She'll be done. She's got to be done with that look on the face. She's done.
What the problem was with them. But that I would be able to hug him, touch him, just like you would have done.
Oh,
And if Katie was doing any of those things, then I would not be calling her out.
oh, she starts mixing in Katie into a personal fight of her. Oh, that's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. She's mixing Katie into a personal fight of hers. Did Salty say that was okay? I was just going to let you handle all this, Crystal. Because I think you guys will do that part better. I was just going to go through and point out how long it took for her to go personal. I'll play Salty's video for sure. But if you, I don't even want to go through all of that part because I can't answer all the, I don't even want them out there until you can address them, if that makes sense. This is fucking foul, what she's doing. She is going at Crystal. She's going at Crystal. Here.
But she's not. You and I, we would have never ever thought of going to a bike rally. We would have never thought about going bike shopping. If there was an event for our child, we both would have been there in attendance.
Yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's saying. We're 16 minutes into a video that's titled about Sebastian. Okay, Crystal. Good. Because I think people they're going to want to hear what you have to say, and rightfully so. And you, I feel, are the best to speak for you. Because this is absolutely the most vile thing. She is weaponizing a loss of crystals against her. Berating her. In my opinion, almost kind of thrown a veiled threat at her at a point. Let's see. She's still on that?
But, you know, it's funny to me how people want to tear you down.
Yeah, she did not go after her child. That's no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And Crystal will show that for sure. So when Crystal is ready and able to, she will show. But there is a live stream. There's a clip and there's a live stream. I would encourage you to go watch Crystal's live stream that was dropped in this chat.
How they want to force you to think the way they do. There's lots of times you see people calling others out.
Oh,
This-
not back to that again, are we? You're not salty about people addressing you, are you?
This is what Crystal did to me. And no, it's not the Crystal that everybody talks about being crazy Crystal.
Oh, well, say it ain't so.
But what's funny to me is the fact that you're going to make this live or this video all about me trying to use my son.
That's not what happened. Crystal addressed the video that we opened with. Crystal spoke about the video and what she was saying that we opened with. That's why I encourage you to go watch Crystal. I really encourage you to go listen to what she had to say. This is from 3 days ago. Reminder.
Trying to just shame me into what? Leaving?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if she's done at 20. Let's see.
Not going to happen. People want to be all salty. They can be all salty. Because I sure as hell can fry it up.
Huh? What is she doing? This is a Sebastian study session. What have you guys learned about Sebastian so far? Anybody? Because we're 21 minutes in and it's a Sebastian study session. So far, it's been a really personal bitch session. Seems like when people like this get put attention on them, they turn it into nothing but drama and deflect.
Anyway, is everybody ready to talk about Sebastian? Let's do this.
Do you hear that
I
transition?
thought we could just kind of do.
Did you hear that transition, friends? Let's listen to that again.
Anyway, is everybody ready to talk?
Oh, wait, let's go back here. Let's just listen to this.
And that's not what I want.
Watch this. Watch this again.
That's over. That's done. If
Oh,
y'all happen to see this little video, now you know the backstory.
oh,
Anyway, is everybody ready to talk about Sebastian? Let's do this.
oh,
I thought we could just kind of do some think tank
wait, what?
stuff.
Think tank stuff. 21 minutes into this video and she wants to do some Sebastian think tank stuff after doing that. Bringing personal drama and using the mother of a missing child in that personal drama, lying about said personal drama. And yeah, anyways, that will be addressed by Crystal, not me. Do you want me to play it salty fry? I wrap it up like a bun or drop it hot like it's hot, like a French fry, if you want me to. I mean, we can fry it up too. Snap, crackle, and pop. If you would like me to, sure. Tell me this is not crazy. Truly.
So thank y'all for letting me vent and rage. I know that's not what you came here for, and I try to stay away from that mess. And, you know, people can talk about me. But she used the one thing she should have never used against me. And it's funny when people get into all that.
Michelle, no. If that's there, no, I don't.
And think it's the right thing to do. They kind of forget that you know so much
I miss
about them. But anyways.
Yeah, there is.
Hey, everybody that's come in, Quinny and Kimmy K.
There is. Yeah, you're right. So I'm not going to go back and highlight it. I won't do that. I wouldn't want that done to me. But yeah, you're right. I just caught it too. Yep, you're right.
I don't know who else I missed. Who else is in? Hey, girl.
God, I hope she doesn't.
We'll go backwards here a little bit and see who else come in. Snuck in on me.
I'm going to put her smaller, so in case she does, I can get
Miss Kathy. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, there's a
Rhonda. Hey.
Sorry, you guys. I'm being really cautious right now because there is a child behind her. I just caught it. There is this is being done in front of a child. Okay. Sorry. Again, not trying to point it out, but What the fuck are we doing here? Why are we doing this shit? This is just disgusting. 22 minutes in, and this is what we're doing in front of a kid. Oh my God.
All right. Oh, there's Pearl Girl.
Oh,
Hey, hi. Victoria. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Sorry you came into a mess. But all right, let's get started. Shots, but on the other hand, I'm not
God.
considered the source. Yes, Smiley.
It's her choice. It's
It
her
was
choice.
quite shocking to me.
Let's leave that alone. Let's just act like we didn't see that, please, in the chat. People make it their own choices. Like, I'm not going to tell her. Yeah. I just personally, again, this just happened the other night too, and it's just like, why fucking do this while you're talking about? Yeah, I can't.
Even though I knew the source,
I can't.
it was quite shocking. You don't do that.
Yeah, cool.
That's a line you don't cross, and she crossed it. Gloves are off.
So
Oh,
she's still 23 minutes in and talking about the fight that she's having in her head, I guess. I don't even know because of this video that was made. 23 minutes in under Sebastian's study session, this is still going on. And
Ellie, don't be sorry. It's all good. Like I said,
wow.
I wanted to tell the backstory so you guys knew if you ever saw it or ever heard anything else about it.
Crystal, from me to you, I'm incredibly sorry. I'm incredibly sorry that this is going on. I genuinely, this is some fucked up bullshit, and you don't deserve any of this. I saw please go watch the video of Crystal's. Please go watch the video if you're curious and think for one instance that Crystal would do what she, as far as who brought up whose child. She started critiquing the interview when Gabby was on, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And this is just beyond ridiculous. I don't know these people at all, but Crystal doesn't deserve this shit at all. Not right.
So
No.
it is what it is. Yes, ma'am. Anyways,
Well, okay, well, that confirms it. Okay, never mind. Carrying on, Jesus.
sorry about that. Okay, so I thought we could start with February 26th. If anybody wants to create their own timeline, if you want to start from the very beginning, start taking your own notes, we're going to kind of cover it from there. Oh, thank you, Queenie.
Interesting. Isn't that ironic? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? I think you guys have seen enough. I think we're done. I think I can't. I don't think I can handle any more today. Truly, I am so blown away. Again, and Crystal, I am extremely sorry. I'm extremely sorry to Katie and Chris that this is happening. Like, this is. Please go watch the other videos that have been done on her too. They've been dropped in the chat. I don't know this mess, and I'm glad I don't on a personal level. This is evil. This is vile and weird. This is just not okay. Not at all. There's nothing about this that's okay. For everybody in this chat that has suffered a loss, I am extremely sorry. I'm sorry for what you have heard. For those autistic parents that their children got a late diagnosis or you yourself did, I'm sorry. That's ignorant. To Katie and Chris, I don't even have the words, and a psychic said, and you are willing to even utter those small hints to lay a narrative about that and then laugh at she needs so shut. That's an evil, vile thing I can't even understand. And these people pretend that they're so godlike. They'll pray for you, right? We just got to continue to pray. This is why I have such a problem with that shit right there. Seriously. The God I choose to believe in, and this is just me, have your own beliefs, but would never condone doing that to a family going through this. It doesn't take a believer or non-believer. You can believe whatever you want to realize that this is unacceptable. Cat's eye. This is truly unbelievable. Hey, Audacity. This is unreal. I'm so sorry to everybody that this impacted, Crystal and everybody else that has had a child loss. and has felt in any way, shape, or form. And then to hear somebody just go through and openly mimic and mock parents that have lost children and say you can't do this and you shouldn't be doing that. And you've like all of these things, like there's some playbook of how you're supposed to grieve for a loss like that. It's the most ignorant thing to say. And hear the rumors that she is attempting to pass off like it's nothing. Law enforcement says it's a tree. We leave it at that. We believe in law enforcement, right? Because we continue to have hope that law enforcement is going to be the one to solve this, not some YouTuber. She's promoting the channels that we all know. I mean, I think we all expected by now. BHB and Sniffers on the scene. I think they're creating enough chaos that they're kind of pumping the misinformation juice right now out to others. This is unbelievable. Please remind everybody around you that you see that these rumors are coming down the pipeline and they're gaining speed because you heard that she sourced that from Terry Lynn. So Terry Lynn is putting these things out here and having discussions similar to this. It sounds like she probably put her twist on it too. But this is how misinformation spreads. One starts it, they add more to it, they continue on, they add more to it. There's another story that kicks off. They combine all of it together. They promote each other. It's truly like its own ecosystem. It feeds itself. And they're sucking their own air out of their bubbles by doing stuff like this. And I hope it catches up to them. Truly. I don't even want to know at this point in time because I never want to be around people like this that think that this is acceptable to do in a child's case. And to think that this is the second case that she's been involved in, I would hate to see what she's done in Summer's case. Truly. Before I have absolutely zero voice left for the end of the week, I am going to get off here now. You see who she is. Please go support Crystal. Her link has been dropped. The videos have been dropped. And we have covered her also. That has been dropped. She does need attention. She wants attention. You can tell she is asking for it. She's predicting that this was coming. She's poking these things because for some reason she's scared of people reviewing her public words that she stands on 10 toes down, right? She's a grown-ass woman saying it with her whole chest. You would think, shit, when people replay me, I'm like, people always ask, are you embarrassed when people clip you? No, if I'm willing to say it out here, clip it away. I said it once, I'll say it again. This has got to come to an end. This is dangerous and this is so harmful. And for what? There is a missing child at the end of the day here. This family doesn't deserve this. I don't care what your personal feelings are on them, on any of them. None of them deserve this. This is inexcusable. You are a grown ass woman who is using your own situation to say that you have empathy, meanwhile, trashing them about the wildest speculation and theories that you could ever concoct. Putting out misinformation like that Nick's World or whatever. What are you doing? Why? And what for? What for? I know it should be for what, but what for? What gives? What's the end goal here? What does this do for you? You got the same little groupies. Smiley, it's the same little chatters that run from chat to chat, cheering this shit on too. What is wrong with you people? And cold case Crystal, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry that you've ever even had to endure that, a loss that tragic. Truly. Again, to everybody, this is unnecessary. And for what? What is the end goal? What does this do for you? You said you would publicly apologize and ask God for forgiveness. What? Why not being a Christian like human that you claim to be and give grace? Love thy neighbor. Thou shalt not judge. Thee who casts the first stone you know all the shit, right? Because you pump it out at high rates when you want to turn it on and make believe, play this pretended little world that you're this changed, empathetic human being, right? I think everybody saw the real you. I don't think there's any confusion on who you are to most of us. You've given us a really good display of that. You're even worth another Diet Coke, and then my ass is going to bed. This is disgusting. And to sit and see that they are proud of this shit. And they will excuse this behavior. And they will rah, 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 and cheer it on. You did nothing wrong. Are you fucking joking? There is a missing child here, and you claim you care about the child. This was a study session for Sebastian. We're 25 minutes in. And all you did was attempt to shame another mother of significant loss. And included in that, this is the true mix. This is a reflection of people. This is how it's hard to separate drama with these people, because no matter when you call them out on their bullshit, you address them head on their bullshit, and they take it personal and they go personal. And then it gets into this drama fueled. Not only are they doing it to the parents of a missing child, but to anybody that tries to stand up and say enough's enough. Love you, babe. I'll call you in a minute. This is absolutely unfair. Thank you guys all once again for joining me tonight. I will not see you tonight again, and that is a promise. This old lady needs some sleep. I have been putting in overtime, but these people have been putting in overtime, and it's my mission to try to get on top of some of these rumors and in front of them. It feels like the only thing we can attempt to even do at this point, but I am worn out. So I'm trying to. Oh, we hit it at the same time. Kenzie and I hit the light at the same time. He's in the chat. Kyle's in the chat. Have a good night, you all. Into lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Boom, boom, boom. How was your first go around on the island? Just so you know, in case you weren't ready or prepared for this ride that you just got. We here on the island don't like shitty bitty booty bitches. The floaties that will accommodate you are way over there. You and your type of human beings, you know, the people you call friends. I love you, sis. I've heard you say that so many times. It's kind of makes me want to gag. Love you, sis. As I make up rumors, salacious gossip about the mother of a missing child. You say you stand for something. You ain't ever going to stand over here or be welcome here around anybody over here. This is vile. This is probably one of the more vile things I've seen anybody do. Every day, I think it can't get worse, and it gets worse. Then we got BHB coming up tomorrow, because holy shit, she is out of control and on a train wreck to disaster. For all of you that continue to have these conversations and stand up and show up for us to talk about these vile things, and that this has got to change, you are so appreciated. To every single one of you that continues to support the people based on evidence versus wild speculation, you are so appreciated. To the families of the victims that were in this chat earlier, there was more than one. You are so appreciated, and I hope someday you understand that your voices will be heard, and we will, one way or another, create a space for you to tell your stories the way that they should be told, with dignity, respect, honor, and you will not someday hopefully have to worry about who is going to profit off your pain and turn your tragedy into their career while trying to ruin your life, and all because you had an unfortunate event. You know, the same thing that happens to everybody in life, unfortunate events. And with that, once again, to Crystal, I love you, dear. Me and you got to like, that's the crazy shit too, is I just spent 4 hours with Crystal. Like, talk about genuinely kind, caring, compassionate, true to herself person. Crystal's a great woman, an incredible human, and it just hurts my heart. I want to come out swinging, trust and believe. But Crystal has a very powerful voice. And I love hearing women tell their stories and speak for themselves. And she deserves that, because this was very, very gross. And I'll never be able to put into words how disgusting this truly is, like she can. Good night, you all. Stay safe out there. And I will more than likely see you tomorrow. I keep telling you guys I'm not going to see you for a while, and then I come back. To all my mods in the chat, once again, a lot of you have suffered significant loss yourself. A lot of you have. And my heart goes out to each and every one of you. And thank you all for showing up for this hard conversation. This was very ugly. This was very raw. And this is very, very vile. So once again, I appreciate you. And I ultimately 100% could never thank you enough. But I also am more concerned about you guys making sure you're okay too. So to my mods, subs, please feel free to sit out at times too. Your mental health matters. This morning, Am could tell I was falling apart and just like frustrated and just aggravated. Plus, she knows when Kyle's gone, I don't sleep. So she's like, call me. She's like, are you okay? And I wasn't okay. This is so frustrating that people do this. There's a missing child. That really impacted me. The silvers on the scene, like bullshit tip stuff, it hits. And then just to have this unnecessary drama that's just going on around you, and it's all this noise, and it's just so pathetic, because here's so much else going on that's such a bigger need and a bigger conversation of like, this is so horrifying. We're always going to make mistakes. We're human. We can only learn and grow and continue on, but I will continue to stand here and do something. And I'm going to do it wrong some days, but I'm going to stand up and do something. Thank you, Terry Dean, for the support. Honestly, seriously, thank you so much. But she called me up, and Am's one of those ones. If you haven't watched Am's story, please go watch Am's story that was told on this story or on this channel. Her story is part of the reason I am as passionate as I am. I was so nervous to even walk that journey, have the honor of sitting beside her when she told her story. That changed me forever. That was hard. That was hard as hell to see somebody you care about go through that. It's still hard. Like, it still bothers me because I can't fix it. And she calls me, she knew I wasn't okay. And I broke on the phone and was able to vent and tell her everything. And she's like, I knew I could hear it in your voice. That's how much these people know me. They can hear it. Like, a few of you asked me, are you okay? You're not okay. I wasn't okay. Like, they're messing with a child's life. But I'm surrounded by the most incredible human beings that continue to show up because this situation matters to them. And if you think about it, listen to her story, what she's been through, and she stands up for others. She participates in this discussion because she understands what it's like to be done dirty by the media and have horrific stories and stuff like that. Everybody is different, but victims deserve to be able to tell their stories and be supported. And there is not a space for that. That's another thing we've been noticing too. Sorry, this is a Midwest goodbye if I haven't done one in a while, so you're welcome. And that's the thing over here too, for those of you that are new. But there's not even a space for that. There's not a safe space in the internet. There's never going to be. But there's not even a group or a community that wants to rally around and hear the voices that are being done by dirty like this. They would rather go listen to these shit-ass, salacious storytellers that aren't impacted by these crimes and these horrific tragedies. They'd rather go listen to altered variations of the truth about somebody else's life. Like, if you really think about that and put it into perspective, it's fucked up. And we all play a part in it. We got to stop feeding the beast. We got to stop making it so profitable for people to lie about others' tragedies and call it a career. Change has to come. And again, I know it really offends people when I say that, Oh, you think you're better than everybody, you know everything. That's the farthest thing from it. If you knew where this passion came from, you'd understand that that is the stupidest allegation, and even that doesn't even land. Like, at least come back at me with something more. Give me something else. Like, stand firm in your beliefs of why you think this is acceptable instead of trying to reflect it onto me, deflect it onto me. Own that shit. Tell us why you are so entitled to do this to families of missing children. Tell us your why. Give us your why. I would love to hear you creators tell us why this is acceptable and why this is fun for you. What does it do for you? I'm really genuinely curious. For me, it sets my soul on fire to call out pieces of shit like you. Because unfortunately, you walk amongst us, and I want better for my littles. I want better for my fellow humans, that they don't have to be worry about going through the worst tragedy and trying to keep it together just during that, on top of a pressure campaign because the internet has concocted a crime. These people are all around us, you guys. When I say I could do this 11 hours a day and that wouldn't even be a drop in the bucket, that's 100% reality. I've done 3 live streams in the last 24 hours. There is the flow of misinformation. There is such a high rate again. It's Tuesday. Now we have how many different rumors? Can you guys in the chat tell me how many rumors you've heard already this week before we get out of here? Just in this one alone, you've heard Sonar theory, that they moved a body. You've heard she should be sewn shut rumor, if you get what I'm saying. Disgusting, vile, atrocious. You've heard the poker rumor. You've heard the time frame rumor that would actually work, right? Even though you got to take out the most critical pieces of that to make that work, and that would be a vehicle or mode of transportation. But you take that out, just throw it away. You've heard that there's a sighting from Silver's on the Scene that happened off of a random emailed tip back in April. You know, this sighting supposedly happened. So there's 5 just in this one alone. Just in this, because she parroted those and added to them. Good night, you all. Yeah, 5. We're up to 5 at least on that one. 150 Terry Dean. It feels like it for sure. But these are 5 new salacious rumors. Off of what and for why? Answer that. Can you? Can you really answer that? Like, what's the point? Yeah. Cold Case, will you say that differently? Will you say one of the rumors is, and it's not true to anyone's knowledge? Just because they're going to screenshot that and say that. I'm going to remove that just because I know you'll get exactly what I'm saying. But they will twist that and say, look, Cold Case Crystal, we put it all together. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be an asshole. Normally, I wouldn't do that at all. But that I will absolutely, because they will clip that out of, you guys know what I'm saying. I don't even have to explain. You guys exactly know what I'm saying. They look for something like that. Thank you so much. You get what I'm saying. They will say, they will take that and say, look at, she confirmed it. That's where it came from. They will do anything to deflect. Meanwhile, they already said that that came from a psychic. A psychic. That was the rumor from a psychic. Yeah. Thank you, Cold Case Crystal. Thank you for that. You guys are great because you guys definitely understand why I'm like, all right, y'all. Please think about that. I mean, to those that support this shit, continue to support it. Just understand that I might overlook a lot of shit, but I don't forget shit. There's a lot of people in each one of these cases that comes around in the next case. There's a lot of people that were on the other side of this shit with the Marvon story, said horrifying things about me. Horrifying things about me. personally. They took it personally. Subs take it personally when you call this stuff out of their favorite creator. They get real bothered and they say the most wild things. They participate in things like threats of your family and CPS and just stupid shit. That's really sad that subs get that invested over their favorite creator that's a complete stranger on the internet, that they're overlooking the truth and willing to go along with that shit. And then they say, love you. Like a group of human beings got together and thought everything that we just saw tonight was acceptable. Think about that. No, do our Diddy. I will go check that out. A lawyer named Josh. I will go check that out. Was that on Do Our Diddy? Was he on Jennifer Coffindoffer's? Is that who you're talking about? I haven't watched that yet. That's on my list. There's so much going on, you guys. I cannot keep up. It's actually probably good that Kyle's gone because I'm actually able to keep tabs on things, but I need sleep. I am not built for this life. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't like her. She's been a source of misinformation in this too. This is just wild. Subs get extra. Yeah, they really do. And it greatly impacts people. And I'm cool with it. Like you say terrible shit and then come back. I get it. But stop and think about that for a second though. If you're doing that in every case and finding a different community in each and every case, start thinking about that. Why is that? That's a little odd to me. Oh, good night, Janice. Love you too. Lord Lodge actually responded to Janice's post. That was shocking. Got to give it a little respect, though. Roro, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. You guys all truly are what matters. Like, truly, I am just one person with asshole with a YouTube channel. You guys know that. Like, the coolest thing I think about the Islanders, and this is something that I have always said, is you guys accept me for who I am. Like the true Islander core, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And you guys are all like, it's just cool to watch this community because you guys build relations in the comment section and commonalities in the comment section. And it's cool to watch that happen. And there's this like camaraderie. There really is amongst chatters. But you guys accept each other for where you're at in your spot. And you accept me for who I am and where I'm at. Nobody expects perfection. Everybody has off days. Everybody has off times. And people appreciate that. Now, we don't take any bullshit because there's just people. And most of the time, people that get blocked over here, we've been noticing for quite some time. And they're just on their last leg. You guys might not know that because we might keep it quiet while we're watching people. But there's a lot of times that we have our eyes on people who have been poking and poking for a reaction. And then they finally get it. So I know it comes across harsh to a lot of people when I kick somebody out of my chats or address them publicly and let them sit. It's because they've been doing stupid shit numerous times and I've been catching it and I have screenshots to prove it. That's kind of a thing too here. So there's that. If you didn't know, you know now. We do notice shit. I could care less what you're going. But if you're going all these places and saying a bunch of random crazy ass shit and running with rumors and speculation, we don't want you around with us. You can't sit with us. Smiles, thank you so much. Love you too. Right there. Smiles has been here from jump. Oh, Misfit Coder. Yeah, that's the case I came to YouTube with. It's a heartbreaking case. I still can't believe it's going on. At the end of the day, it was a pure tragedy. Everybody exploited him that claimed they loved him. That's why I made a mistake. Like right off jump in that case, I made a mistake. And that's why I realized real fast, absolutely not, how quick this was to happen and what people were doing. And it was mind-blowing. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. How they turn these into, that wasn't even a true crime case. That was a genuine tragedy. At the end of the day, you can have your opinions on their lifestyle and her and what was going on and stuff, but law enforcement never, like there was no, she was cleared of any and everything. We wear pink. Oh God, I don't look good in pink. I'm not a mean girl. What did I say we were? Oh no, I did ask what the uniforms were. I forgot. Damn it. All right, I'm out. I'm just rambling now. Yeah. Truly, like if you just Some people it does work for. Look at Pascal. Pascal's not covering this shit anymore. I mean, I think he will if there's updates and shit. I don't see him doing the same dangerous shit he was doing. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I'm really disappointed in him, but at least he stopped being a part of, because he has a big channel, and that spread of misinformation is like one fail shot. At least these are a little bit smaller, so it takes a little bit longer for the trickle down effect. Thank you, Dragon Classy. I really appreciate that. Oh, really? See, I'm not on Reddit. Are they coming across appropriately that they're really biased? Is that accurate? C-beams glitter? Hazmat suits, yeah. Hey, Steph B. That was just a tragedy, the previous story. Elizabeth, how are you? Hey, Cam. All right. Delirious Becky is kicking in. I need Kyle home. I've really decided this week that I am extremely codependent. I know, Cam, it's a sickness for me. Like, I could seriously listen to somebody at 10 times speed and still grasp concepts. Like, I'm a speed reader. I'm a skip reader too. It's terrible. Audiobooks work for me because I can. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'm not shocked by that. Okay. Babe. Yeah, Reddit is an evil place if you allow it to be. It's interesting to me though that not really, no. That's how these creators get to these 500,000 subs. He's good in other places, it sounds like, but this just is not his forte, in my opinion. I don't know how old he is. He looks pretty young. So I keep thinking, Saturday. Not soon enough. I'm extremely codependent. It's a thing. It's a bad thing. But he told me he was homesick, so that made me feel better. Okay, I'm out. You're a skip reader too? See, skim reader, I guess is what we're actually called, but I call it skipping because I skip entire lines. So it's audiobooks are better. Kyle listens to a lot of audiobooks. No, you're fine, Rover. Y'all, we aren't shy about shit. Yeah, babe, we are needing to get you home, right? All right, I will see you guys probably tomorrow, as long as I still have a voice. But we've got BHB, Mr. Ease, and Spanky to get through still to try, and these all additional ones are coming in hotter than hell because these aren't even the planned ones. So nighty night. No, Dexter.